night for football, and the fans got here early for tonight's game. I was here about an hour and a half ahead of time, Jan, and there were already fans trying to get into the gates at that time.
Well, I'm looking around, and there's some seats still available on the home side and not very many on the away side. And I'm telling you, if you can still get here, get here. This is the game of the century. If not, you can't get here, then certainly watch us.
We have some 25 games being covered up and down the IHSAATV.org platform tonight, so you've got a lot of choices. I hope you'll stick around with us tonight. We hope we'll have a good ball game. And I noticed, Dan, one of the first things I noticed was that we have extra seats in at the south end down here, and they've already started to take advantage of them.
Yeah, I'm guessing the time we get into this ball game, this stadium will be absolutely jam-packed.
I'm always amazed when I see Grandma coming in. She's got her scarf, she's got her head, she's got her blankets, and she's here an hour and a half ahead of time because she ain't losing her seat, my friend.
No. They get here early and mark their seat, and you better not take it either.
No, or we'll have a gendarme up to have you removed bodily. Well, we're about set to go. Glad you're with us tonight. Brownsburg at 6-3.
Long, but they don't want to get in that very often. The Royals usually are pretty good on third and longs.
They're going to hand it off again, and he has some more room to run. It's not going to be taken down until around midfield for another first down Carmel, so they're moving the ball early here. The running game seeming to work.
Yeah, Dylan Downing running tough up the middle. Broke a couple tackles, getting a few extra yards, and another first down for Carmel.
Handed off left side and gains about 2 before the Royals are able to take him down. Zach White on the carry again for Carmel, but it's going to be a 2nd and 7.
It looked like JT Munchner was going to get it in there and make the tackle, but Zach White just was quick enough to get around JT and pick up a couple yards and make it 2nd and 7.
Look to pass, looking left, and he's going to throw short, and it's incomplete out of bounds. So 3rd and 7 coming up for Carmel, and HSC couldn't hold them on the 3rd and 16. Let's see if they can hold them on the 3rd and 7 from the 49-yard line.
Yeah, huge opportunity here for the Royals, but wouldn't be surprised if they do get close, if Coach John Herbert doesn't go for it on the plus side of the field. If we get down to a 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, it may be 4th down territory for them. But still a huge opportunity for the Royals to get off the field. Well, we got a penalty here. The crowd making some noise, and it's felt on the field. False start.
So the 3rd and 7 will turn into a 3rd and 12, pushing them behind the sticks even more. Your keys to the game, hopefully don't go 0 for 2 early on stopping
that
them.
or it's an announcer's jinx, one of the two. I will say that the student section isn't that large tonight, but the parents are making a good amount of noise, and shout out to them, trying to help the Royals on defense.
They're going to drop back to pass, throw over the middle, and he's got a receiver, but he overthrows him just a little bit.
You
but
got
they
a flag
threw a
coming
flag
in.
late.
And it looks like it will be on the Royals.
Defensive pass interference.
Yeah, it was close. It looked like he might have got nudged. I didn't see what number of the Royals who nudged him at the end, but it is pass interference indeed on the Royals. Coach Morris is not happy about it, asking for an explanation.
Like he was far enough out of bounds that it warrants the call.
In on the tackle that time, George Gordon. Wait for the call now for the referee. It'll be a face mask call, personal foul, half the distance to the goal. That'll take it down to around the 10-yard line. So things are going great now if you're a Brownsburg Bulldog fan.
Boy, if you're Brownsburg offense right now, you got to feel this one. You feel the momentum. You got to put this one in the end zone early.
Only 38 seconds into this opening quarter of play. Here's the handoff in the backfield inside the 10 down to around the 6-yard line and perhaps even lurching forward to around the 5. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
Well, the Avon defense is getting asked to make a huge stop here early. if any way, shape, or form defensively they can get a stop here and perhaps at a minimum just allow 3. That would still be a huge victory.
Donnie Marcus is the leading rusher, 684 yards rushing on 45 carries this year. We'll see how he lines up in the tailbacking spot. Move the H back to the left side. Here's the handoff over left tackle and working forward and being knocked down apparently just shy of the goal line down to around the 1, a gain of 4, third down.
Well, I tell you, Marcus not real big. The runner, 6 foot 190. But I tell you what, he carried a couple defenders with him at least a couple yards.
So it'll be third down and goal from the 1-yard line. Again, Donovan Marcus, number 20, is the leading rusher for this Brownsburg ball club. He will get the football and be stood up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 or 3 guys managed to get a hand on him that time, but again.
1,000 yards on the season now. First and goal at the 8. 7:02 and running here in the first quarter. And the play clock's going to expire. I don't think Rue had any idea.
Game early.
Under quarterback, Ben Easters. Easters will hand off to the H-back, going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage. And a terrific defensive play turned in by Ross England, who leads the ball club in sacks.
I told you, this Avon defense, when they need to rise to the occasion, they've did it so many times. Look at Ross England right here, the senior, make an outstanding one-on-one play. And boy, that's a statement stand for Avon defense.
Rue hands it off. Scally trying to find room. Breaks down to about the 12, maybe the 11. Might have picked up a yard.
Good job by the Shamrocks to close out the corner there.
Brings up second and goal at the 12. Approaching the midway point here of the first quarter. Trying to keep you up to date on other happenings in sectional action around Central Indiana. Guerin Catholic's at home against West Lafayette. Noblesville hosting Homestead. Carmel is at Hamilton Southeastern tonight. Tight end in motion. Handoff, fakes the handoff, and over the middle it goes to a receiver, and that batted away, actually.
Broken up.
Yeah. Leith, the intended receiver. I believe that might have been Micah Hauser, 22.
Nice job. That's going to bring a third down.
Third and goal at the 12, and if they can force Fishers into a Jack Phillips field goal attempt, that's a plus because that was play number 10 right there. Here's 11. So if you force them to work half a quarter and they have to settle for a field goal, that's a plus for your defense. Rue back to pass, looks again, and he's going to be caught from behind. Nope. Intercepted by Westfield. That's going to be number 3. That is Benji Welch, and he returns it back out to about the 15-yard line. Interception, and I would say time and time again, you wonder why.
That's why I love Friday nights.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
everything can turn on a dime.
Going to hand it off the middle to Zach White again. Spins away from a receiver, gets down, and that's going to be a touchdown, Carmel.
Yeah,
so
wow. He got spun right around Seth Morelli.
On the opening drive, Carmel takes 6 minutes, pounds it all the way down the field, and ultimately takes it in from 5 yards out. So it is 6-0 Carmel early.
Yeah, and here's the replay. If you watch, just Seth Morelli just was a little bit too high and didn't break down and just mauled his way into the end zone. What a great run and a touchdown for Carmel. And what do we say for HCTV? An important start is important, or a quick start is important, and they did not get that here tonight. As Carmel just really with the run game drives it all the way down the field and gets on the board early. But we're halfway through the first quarter and we haven't even seen the HC offense. So heck of a job for Carmel. We're winning with a quick start on the time of possession game. And 7-0 with 5:52 left in the first quarter.
scores one more time as they lead 14-0 against Newcastle. They're up the road a little bit here. They're in Newcastle. We're here at Eastern Hancock.
So the officials waiting to get things all squared away on the field at the moment. Just under 7 minutes left in this first quarter.
Again, we have problems with the chain. They're working on the chains over there. As we have good shot there. Hey, if you like to follow us, you should tweet us. Don't forget.
Their way forward for about 3 or 4 yards. The starting offensive line, Josh Sales, 6'6", 280 and a junior. Dorian Keys, 5'11", 270 and a senior. The center is Pete Niagara, 6'4", 260, a junior. Preston Jarvis on the right side at guard, 6'2", 220, and only a freshman. And Cannon Kelly at right tackle, 6'2", 245, and a junior. They get some big,
yes, sir,
big meat in there.
That front line averages just under 250 from tackle to tackle.
We'll try to set the defensive line. Avon will go with 3 down linemen, and they can pretty well match that, Jan. Their 3 guys up front average just a shade over 238 pounds per man. Give the ball this time to Marcus in the backfield, and it'll be 3rd down. The front's 3 for Avon. Ross England is 6'2", 210-pound senior. Denny Norasea at 6'2", 255, and a sophomore at the nose guard spot. And Nathaniel James at the defensive end, 6', 250, and a senior.
Well, Nathaniel James.
64 yards. And watch this play. He breaks the tackle at midfield with 3 Fisher's defenders on him, Jack, and weaves and bobs his way 64 yards for the touchdown.
Quick strike by the Shamrocks.
Peaning, their leading receiver for Westfield that's his 28th catch. He's got over 600 yards now. Second longest catch of the year. He had an 88-yard touchdown. That's his 5th TD catch of the season. And
up and good. Oh, excuse me, no good.
Kick was no good. But
142, get it away from about the 45, 46-yard line. High snap, got it. Beautiful end-over-end punt. Hits at the 15, takes a Avon bounce and comes back to the 20-yard line. So the defenses have taken over here early in this game.
Well, they have, and one of the aspects of playing good defensive football is then turns into what field possession. You know, one of the stats I don't usually get too worked about is time of possession. If you're a quick-scoring team, time of possession doesn't come into play, but field position always comes into play.
So here comes Avon again, their second opportunity with the football. Their offensive line, Jan, I double-checked this, from tackle to tackle averages 279 pounds per man.
You are dead on.
Get some big boys in there.
That is a buffet waiting to happen.
And from the 20-yard line upfield, just over the outstretched arms that time of the intended receiver, Carmelo Mitchell. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Now Charlie, it was Remington Gall that split in.
It was Gall. Gall, just a junior, and I'll tell you, he had a good step and a half on the defender, but that ball was overthrown. But, man, he did have a step on the defender.
On the left side, the Avon Orioles have Blake Fisher at left tackle. Get this, 6'7", 340 pounds, and he's a junior.
Yes, sir. He's the real deal.
Well, we'll try up the middle again. This time we've got the first down and a whole lot more across the 40 and out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Good keeper that time with the quarterback, Henry Hessen.
Hessen just makes a good individual play here. Basically a read option for him, and he got some nice blocking on that right side. And then he has a big opening. Take a look. Good replay here. Look at the hole, first of all. And then he got in that second layer, and the linebackers had already went out of position, so he gets a huge run.
By the way, their center, number 51, Kyle Neese, is no slouch either. Here's the running back, Krishan McCray. And Kyle Neese, the center, is 6'3", 300-pound senior. They got a 260 Logan Pelkey on the right guard spot, 5'11 junior, and Dom Aiello at 6-footer, 270 a junior on that right side. So, Jan, if they want to run right side, they could get a lot done over there. They got the first down. And looking toward the sideline to the coaching staff to get the play called here. The clock showing 5:54 to go. In this first quarter, no score. Number 1, Avon, of the white jerseys and the dark trousers. Pass over the middle is incomplete. They had a receiver, Remington Gall, the split end again.
Well, I tell you, it was there too. I'm not sure if Gall didn't look this into his hands. It was a
opening drive as we see Adams, his agility, being able to fake the throw. It wasn't there, and then just puts on the jets and hits that corner.
So we had 4:34 left on the play clock when they got the ball. They took a minute off the clock, put 6 up on the board. Now with an extra point is 7. So West Lafayette leads Guerin now 7-3 here in the first quarter. You are watching IHSAA.
That force him up front. It is a 3rd down and 9. Firing near side, incomplete again. And a 4th down.
I'll tell you, both these quarterbacks have such impressive arms. They can absolutely throw these balls on a dime. Pretty good coverage again by that Brownsburg secondary. And so Avon not going to be able to do much here.
Avon's quarterback, Henry Hessen, is a junior, 6'2", 195 pounds. Their leading rusher is Jalen Love, number 20. Krishan McCray will back him up. Second possession, second punt. And it is taken at the 22-yard line. There's an open field if he can get the corner turn across the 45 and knocked out of bounds at the 48-yard line. In fact, they're going to mark him down at about midfield.
I'll tell you right now, a highlight for this game is special teams from punting to returns. Brownsburg doing an outstanding job. Take a look here at the replay. Another beautiful punt. But look at the blocking. It's all the small things that championship ball clubs will do. Look at all the blocking downfield for Brownsburg.
Officials having a conversation, John. I did not see a flag.
Well, I know the crowd felt like there was some contact out of bounds, but I didn't see a flag because of it.
5:24 to go in the opening quarter of play. No score in the 6A matchup. Of course, the winner advances to the second round of the tournament next Friday night.
Plays, make the winner of Pike and Zionsville?
Yeah. Still not sure what the delay is here. The officials are talking amongst themselves. And the referee has gone to the far sideline.
Well, what I like about this, yeah, it's a little bit of a delay, but in a game like this is great officiating. They're getting together. They're making sure everybody's on the same page, make the right call. Fans don't always like that, but that's just good officiating. Get it right. Holding, Avon, declined.
All right, so the ball will belong to the Bulldogs. And the ball is spotted right at the 50-yard line. This will be the 3rd possession of the game for Brownsburg. On the first possession, they started at the 44-yard line of Avon. Had to turn the ball over on downs. Had to punt the ball away on their second possession. And now their third opportunity with, I've mentioned, 5:24 to go.
Yeah, but for the key bake for Brownsburg, the majority of this first period has been played in Avon's territory.
Here's the reverse and the pitch back, and they've got a receiver upfield to try to get the ball into the hands. It is incomplete. They had a receiver down there. They're going to call it
offensive, or at least interference. We'll see who they call it on. Let's take a look at the replay.
Well, they got 2 defenders all over the intended receiver here.
Little razzle-dazzle here by Brownsburg. He has to release this a little bit quicker. Well, let's see what they call.
Apparently it's going to be defensive pass interference. And so they get the first down with the 15-yard penalty, and the ball is spotted now at the 35-yard line. Fake inside handoff, going for the end zone again. Pass is got him! 35-yard touchdown reception. And into the hands of Preston Terrell.
Boy, he got behind the defender. The pass was right there. And Brownsburg gets paid dirt first. Take a look at the replay. First of all, great protection by that front line. And Bake, he got 2 yards behind the defender, and the pass was there. And touchdown, Bulldogs.
Brownsburg now with the point after. Clay Chase coming in to try to make it a 7-0 lead. Here's the snap. The kick is up. It's good.
Sweep, eventually you'd imagine they would either hand it off or do something differently. Just trying to get him to jump before the end of the quarter as the clock runs out.
At the end of the first quarter, Carmel leads HSE 7-0. And at this end of the quarter, we do want to remind you, Southeastern Sports.
4th and 2 at their own 48. Either try and get him to jump. Or Simons calls his own number, but that box is looking to be stacked with linebackers coming off the right here. We'll see what Simons does. He's got 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far.
They're not showing it, but you got all 3 linebackers coming. Yeah.
Play clock winding down, and Coach Gilbert burns a timeout here with 43 seconds left here in the first quarter. And we'll see what Westfield comes out of this timeout with.
Well, real quick out of the timeout, I want to thank one of our sponsors, Noblesville Trophies. Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with the same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online at noblesvilletrophies.com. You can also follow them on Facebook and Twitter.
Here's Peyton Brown trying to dart it right up the middle and powers forward for a gain of about 5, maybe 6 yards on the play.
It's very interesting. He moved to big old Eddie Liverchek to number 78. He just moved him out of the way to get some yardage.
Peyton Brown having a decent night so far this evening. Coming into the contest, he had over 430 rushing yards. He's definitely a good alternative to Colton Brown, who's had a decent year as well. High snap, again, a call to his running back, and going nowhere on that play, right at to the line of scrimmage. Again, Peyton Brown on the call.
Now, if I'm Kyle Ray right now, I'm running out the clock for the whole entire first quarter. I have a whole minute.
Run by Wheeler.
Hey, take a look at the replay here. Trickery.
6 yards on the run by Wheeler, and
got it. They've seen a lot of success around the outsides of the offense there. Keeps it himself.
Yep, down to the 45. Knocked down about the 41-yard line. Pickup of 5 yards, as that may be the final play of the first quarter. And very smart play, and you got to pull every trick out of the hat. Anything up your sleeve, you're going to see it from Wimmer. And
tonight, up the middle they go, and backwards they go. A loss of a couple, perhaps even 3 yards on that attempt up the middle that time.
Big, I got to tell you, speaking of fans, it is now almost packed on the home side. Away has been packed. Now the ends are even filling up, and they're at the end. So when it's all said and done, absolutely jam-packed. That's the way it's supposed to be.
A loss of 1. It'll be second down and 11 for Henry Hessen, the quarterback for the Orioles. Trying to get Jalen Love into the game. He is the deep man. They will fire on the far side. Ball caught at the 20 and escaping and getting out of bounds. And apparently Going to be enough yardage that time with the pass completion to Remington Gall for the first down. Jen, that's at least the third or maybe the fourth time they have gone to Gall. Apparently he's the guy they want to get to. And if you look down the list of receivers, he has had only 14 receptions all year, but they're using him tonight.
Which is a little surprising to me because there's one aspect that you can't teach, and that's 6'4". He's a mismatch for most defenders, but he has not had a lot of receptions. But for me, he's a huge target and a disadvantage to a defense.
Tice Farrell, the tight end, reset to the right side. They'll keep the ball on the ground and circle right side and get about 7 or 8 yards on that running play. Jen, an interesting number here. I was looking at the receiving stats for Avon. Their top receiver is Mitchell with 524 yards. Then they have 5 different players with over 200 yards receiving. They can really spread it out.
Yeah, they really can, and they do that for a purpose. I said they are the team that likes to pass, averaging over 201 yards, and you do that by making it difficult to understand who am I going to throw to next.
Hessen wants to throw. He's got company. Here comes the flag in, and the pass is on the near side. It is caught, and once again by Gall at the 44, but I'm not sure this is going to stand up. It's going to be a holding call again against the Orioles.
Boy, Avon really starting.
And that's going to be 5 yards against Westfield coming back.
Changes the playbook from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 7.
Even though we don't do it, I figured out that we can't critique the officials tonight. These two guys are here to do that.
But yeah, this will open up a different playbook now. 3rd and 8, excuse me. So,
and we'll see what 3rd down and 8. Camden Simons, of course, he had a nice play to Mason Peaning for a 64-yarder in the first quarter to get the score rolling, and a screen pass.
Nice play.
That's going to be Mason Peaning again, down 25-20, down about the 16, 17-yard line, and a huge pickup for Peaning. Let's see a little screen pass, a little hop jump, and a pass to Peaning. And he's taken down. They'll call that a 29-yard pickup by Peaning. And just like that, he's got 2 catches for 93 yards. And Westfield's in business at the 15 of Fishers. Looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field.
Some T-shirts up into the crowd.
Give him just some parents, which is rare. Usually he's just in the student section. But
they're going to hand it off left. And he breaks a couple tackles, and he has some room out to the left side.
You got a flag coming back.
He's down to about the 35-yard line, but there is a flag down, as you mentioned.
Possible block in the back, maybe? They are waving the flag.
So there's no flag, so first down Carmel.
And not to the pleasure of Coach Morris as he is arguing his case.
Or the HSC crowd.
No. But nevertheless, it is the first down for Carmel after the 35-yard line.
They're going to hand it off the middle, and he's got a lot of room to run, but a good tackle. Not quite sure. John McCall coming up and making the tackle to prevent any more yards. But they do get the ball down to the 30-yard line for a 2nd and 5.
Christian Williams is doing a good job after he hands the ball off, like faking like he has the ball and is going to pass it, and is catching some of the Royals linebackers to hold their spot instead of coming up to try to make a play on the run. And really, it's just almost like the seas have parted on a couple of those middle draw plays. They've just gone right up the middle and get big yards on it. So HSC's, like I said in the beginning, they've got to find a way to stop the run. That is the one thing they have to do, because then it forces Christian Williams, who's a very capable passing quarterback, but he's not the greatest. I mean, he's not the greatest at it. Their passing game isn't as explosive as other teams in the state. So you want to force them to pass the ball. And right now they're running the ball at will, and they're picking up first downs and continuing drives off of it.
With 9.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Carmel almost in the red zone, about the 30-yard line, 2nd and 5. They're going to hand it off up the middle to Zach White.
You got a flag.
There's going to be a flag.
It's going to be, should be holding, but we'll have to see.
Noblesville quite a shot in this game, and they're wanting to prove a lot of people in the state of Indiana wrong. It brings up 1st and 10 from the 47. Homestead showing blitz, nicely picked up, and right through the hole, a saving tackle there by Jake Archibald, number 3. And a beautiful run by the Millers. Looks like that's going to be a gain of about 9 yards. I'm not sure if that was Carson Sanders, number 9, at 6'3", 202. But once again, Noblesville, the offensive line, was able to pick up the blitz, and they left a nice hole for the running back to dart off for 9 yards. So it brings up 2nd and 1 here from the 43. Once again, man in motion. Another nice run, bouncing it outside. That's number 22 for Noblesville, Elijah Butler, at 5'10", 175. Butler entering today with 133 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. So, Josie, right now, a lot of momentum going with Noblesville.
Yeah, I mean, they're pushing the ball up the field, I think. I mean, I haven't watched a lot of their games, but I feel like this is probably the most energetic and, you know, ready to win and get the W in the sectional.
Absolutely. So it's 1st and 10 now from the 28. Savick once again out of the shotgun. He's been doing it all game. And the wide pass, wide receiver out of bounds is number 9, Carson Sanders. So Sanders, a big body, he's a senior at 6'3", 202. Sanders entering today, just 5 yards receiving. Excuse me, that's 5 yards rushing. 150 yards receiving for Sanders. Once again, this is a Noblesville team that plays a tough schedule. This brings up 2nd and 10 from the 28. Sanders in motion, and he'll take the handoff. Nice play, walling that off.
Simons hands it off. It's Patchett up the middle. He gets down around the 6.
And it's going to be short. Not by much, though.
Real close to a first down. And like I keep pointing out just about every week, it's rare that you see the officials measure for a first down these days. No matter if it's high school, college, or pro.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, they eyeball it and they're like, move the chains. Hey, I think they got it.
And no one questions it.
3rd and 1, as that was a 1-yard pickup there by Patchett.
It's going to be offsides on the defense.
Oh.
That'll give him the first down.
Free yards, and it's going to be 1st and goal at the 1.
I was going to say it's 2-down territory anyway, because if you go for it on the 42,
yeah,
you're probably going for it.
Just Emily,
on the 2.
Emily minus baby. Westfield going 3 wide here, the near side. Patchett behind Simons. 1st and goal at the 3. Patchett, easy does it, and he moseys his way across the goal. Oh, nope. They're going to mark him down.
Oh. Was that an early whistle?
He must have gotten stood up at the goal line or just before. Here we go.
That's it.
And he sneaks it in.
Matter.
Patchett looks like that was a wildcat. Snaps it in for. So.
A great run by Zach White. He's breaking several tackles, and you're going to see it again here. And looks like missed tackle and goes right into the end zone. So.
And 13-0 before the Sullivan kick, and Fishers has got to be beside themselves 14 minutes into this game, and they're scoreless.
Westfield with the extra point up.
It's good.
Good. So it took them 4 quarters last time to score 14 points, and they've done it early in the second.
In just over a quarter.
Another key block and then that was enough to give his running back all he needed. And now we got a tie ball game.
Well, we wondered how Avon would respond. We know.
Yeah, we do. And that's the sign of a good ball club. Yep. It just is.
Well, we got two good ball clubs going at it. We pointed out in the ratings this year, in the final ratings, Avon was ranked number 1 by both the Associated Press and the Indiana Football Coaches Association. Here is the kickoff taken at the 10-yard line. Up the far sideline, across the 15 and the 20 and the 25 and the 30, and out to around the 32, 33-yard line. So pretty good field position for Brownsburg. And now, Jan, the same question. We got to see now how Brownsburg responds.
And that's what you want to do. You want to put the pressure back on the other ball club. Now, for the first time, Brownsburg is going to have to start a little back further in their own territory. Avon with some momentum with the score, tie ball game. Wow, everything we thought it would be. Outstanding.
Well, this will be the worst starting position of the 4 possessions now for the Bulldogs. They've started at the 44-yard line of Avon, and then their own 45, and then the midfield stripe, and now at the 33 with 23-9 to play. This the first quarter of action, and there's been plenty of action. We'll try it over the left side and get 2 or 3 yards. Brownsburg, ratings-wise this year, the AP had him ranked number 8, football coaches number 6. Sagarin, by the way, which is really a true measurement of all kinds of.
16. Looks like that was in the area of holding. Another handoff to Burton. This time Burton stuck right at the line of scrimmage. First getting to him's number 11, Sam Steinhofer, inside linebacker, 6'1", 195 for Noblesville. It's going to bring up 3rd and 16. Steinhofer entering today with 65 tackles and 3 tackles for a loss. He averages 7.2 per game. Goody rolling out to his right, looking downfield, and just over the head of Jared Kistler. That's going to bring up 4th down in a punting situation for the Spartans. Of course, Luke Goody is the punter, averaging 38 yards per with a long of 51 on the season. So a good situation here for Homestead if they wanted to fake the punt and go for it here on 4th and 14.
Homestead didn't really travel well after the block kick. Looked like they stayed in the same field advantage where they were.
Yeah, that long run by Ryan Burton taken back on the holding penalty seemed to hurt him. And a nice punt by Goody as it's going to roll down all the way to about the 20. I think if you're Noblesville, you would have liked to seen a fair catch.
And Westfield's defense has been the one to respond.
Got to get something here because that's going to give the punt's going to be right around the 50-yard line.
And the wind's kind of swirling.
Yep.
Rue back to pass. Has time. He escapes out left. And about gets across the 25, taken down almost the 30-yard line. Got to be about 5 or 7 shy of the first down. They mark him at the 28. Picks up 8. But that's going to bring him 5 yards shy, 6 yards shy of the first down. And it's going to bring out the punt team. Brings up 4th and 6 from the 29.
Watch something here.
Yeah, I'd A, hate to be the punter tonight, and B, and he's a scrambler. Almost got it blocked. And that ball, did that touch? I think they would be a little more adamant to get on that ball.
Just across the 25. We'll call it the 26-yard line. And it is a 2nd down and 20. And back to throw. And the pressure breaks down. And the pass is caught. Here comes another flag with the pass caught right at the 40-yard line. That would have made it about 3 yards shy of the first down. Now let's see what this penalty is all about.
Man, I'll tell you, Terrell caught this in the middle of double coverage, and this was a pinpoint pass. Take a look at this pass. Now look where he catches this. Right in between two defenders.
It's going to be a holding call against Brownsburg, against Avon, I would assume. Jan, they would turn this down. They do.
Yep, you decline that one, and they do. Boy, that was just a beautiful pass play for Brownsburg.
So the second quarter is just getting underway in a 7-7 football game here at Brownsburg High on a chilly night. It's a little windy out there. The wind is at the back now of Brownsburg. And the pressure breaks down, and here comes white shirts from everywhere. 4 defensive players in that time, and Nathaniel James is one of those who came in along with Katree Dickens.
And also Ross England, number 42. And don't forget, Avon only rushes 3 down linemen, and to be able to get pressure, you see it right there, 3 down linemen, but they're 3 of the best in the state. And 5 guys could not block 3 that time. That's a great defensive effort for Avon.
So the second punt of the game now for the
35-30, and he's off to the races. Going to be caught. Looks like wound up, and touchdown, Micah Hauser. 51 yards later.
Touchdown, Shamrocks.
And defending your home turf, Westfield's doing exactly that tonight, and Fishers just has not been able to respond to any of these 2 scores, and situations they were put in. And Fishers has themselves in that hole that they just, like I said, they need to figure out a way to respond and get themselves out of it and make this a ball game, or Westfield's just going to completely run away with it. 51 yards on the TD run by Micah Hauser. Kicks good by Sullivan, and just like that, Jack Russell, we are.
And they've had a very successful and first half, and just a great, very well executed first half, and they've really been able to do whatever they want. Run the ball when they need to pass it. They've completed it. So credits to them, and see if they can continue to do it.
They're going to try to run the read option, as you said. And Christian Williams has a hole all the way down for the touchdown.
I told you it was coming. That one was actually a triple option. He had a pitch guy if he wanted to, where he could have pitched it to him. But what a run by Christian Williams. Kind of breaks the game open a little bit. Now 3-score game, up to 20-0 in favor of Carmel. But if you watch here, the double running back look, fake it. Then he has the pitch guy if he wants it, and he just fakes it. Good dummy, and runs into the end zone, turns on the Jets, and
Carmel with the opportunity to go up 21-0 and just absolutely dominant so far.
Well, that was just a great play by Williams. Run, and that dummy really got the Royal defender and allowed him to end up going in the end zone. And as I was talking about, a very well executed half, that was a very well executed play for Carmel, and a continued theme. This reminds me a lot of the Avon game, Turner.
It does.
Avon got off to a big lead, and Royals were able to come back and make that one interesting in the end. So we're hoping that happens again tonight. But it would help them so much to get a score before the half, give them any kind of momentum. They can have a chance to double up here if you go and score before the half, get the ball back in second half, score there, and then you're only down 1 touchdown. So as bad as it is, the Royals can change the feeling of this half and change the feeling of this game if they can get a touchdown on this drive.
Yeah, all things considered, it could be a lot worse, and it also could get a lot better pretty quickly for the Royals. But with 3:22 left, the Royals are going to have to do something here before halftime.
We'll see if Hobson comes out. Looks like he is on the sideline ready to go. Did get some medical attention, so the backup, of course, is John McCall, the free safety for the Royals on the defensive side, but he also is the backup quarterback on offense. And Jackson Constantine runs out on the field after Luke Childers was on the front line, but he got pulled out, and Some unhappy Royal fans in the crowd on this first half.
Low kick out to about the 4-yard line, and Tony Myers will take it around the 17, 18-yard line again, so 19-yard line.
And it is Andrew Hobson who comes out as quarterback, and got to get something going. Probably more of a situation where they're going to start passing the ball a little bit more. It's a little bit of an extended 2-minute drill with 3:16 left. They do have 2 timeouts, so as the drive goes on, that'll be important.
We're going to do a little bit of a delayed handoff. Jace Alexander for gain of about 2.
Jace had a hole there. He's a little bit hesitant and didn't pick up as many yards as he could have if he just hit the hole a little bit quicker. But still, he's been great this year. Jace has, with filling in for Blaine Wirtz whenever Blaine has been out, and so he's had a great season. Here comes the screen.
DeAndre, and
that's incomplete.
That's gonna be incomplete.
They
pass.
tried the jailbreak screen again, and Carmel is once again all over it. That's the second time where they've tried it, and Carmel has not been fooled. And third and 7 already. So
all we're talking about is HSC trying to go down the field, but if Carmel forces a 3 and out and gets the ball back,
they're going to have another chance to put some points up.
About over 2 minutes and still 3 timeouts. It's a big play.
10 from the 13. Hand off left wing, trying to turn the corner. Will get knocked out of bounds inside the 5. At about the 3-yard line, Donnie Marcus.
They're going to mark him out at about the 8, Vic. They say he stepped on the line.
All right.
Said he just caught the line as he made his cut. That's where they mark him out of bounds.
Marcus has had a terrific, not just season, but career. He'll try the right side and be brought down to about the 3-yard line. His career numbers coming into the Avon game, 4,233 yards and 29 touchdowns. They get the first down, and they spot the ball at the 2-yard line. Back to throw, lobbing the ball into the end zone, and wide open. Nobody down there as Marcus sneaks out of the backfield and gets the 2-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, this is a well-designed play. Look at what happens. Brownsburg gets all kinds of misdirection, man in motion going all over the place. Little play action. And then it's so wide open. Well designed, and more importantly, well executed play by the Bulldogs.
The point after is blocked, and in a game like this, Jan, you never know just how important that might be.
That can be huge.
End zone, it's going to be a flag.
No, he blocked the punt. They made contact with it. So it cannot be a roughing the punter when they block the ball, and so Carmel's going to have great field position, almost probably in field goal range.
Couldn't tell if made contact with the ball or with the leg.
No, he definitely got made contact with it, with the ball, and
so now as we were talking, can't have Carmel give Carmel the opportunity to do anything, but they are in a prime position.
Yes, they are.
To put more points on the board.
This has definitely been a disappointing half for the Royals, and with 2:14, it could still get worse. As bad as it is, it could still get a whole lot worse. So, Royals defense really got to make a stand here. Got to do something. Turnover. This would be a great time for a turnover.
Let's get a Michael Cherry pick six. It's going to look over the middle to pass. Oh!
Speaking of Mike Cherry, he was right there. Oh, man.
I tried my best to do a little announcers
say that next
predictions
play.
and
But
did the best I could.
Yeah.
Still on his feet, and he gets inside the 5-yard line. What an effort by Cole Rainbolt.
That second, third, and fourth effort right there. That is awesome defense, offensive line making holes for him. He was carrying 4 or 5 guys.
As
Look
he
at this.
broke the tackle here, he just keeps on moving, holding on his back there. Colin Thompson trying to bring him down here. He gets some support from his fellow linemen and gets it inside for a 1st and goal to go situation with 4.5 minutes remaining in this second quarter, as now the officials are trying to figure out where exactly they want to spot this ball, and they figure out exactly where. It's about at the 3-yard line, and now 1st down and goal for Houston Swan. Swan fires, touchdown! On the reception, J.P. Fox. And the Royals draw first blood on the 8th.
Noblesville on the board first, up 6-0. So far in this game, it's been all Noblesville on offense. PAT attempt is blocked once again.
So the 2-point conversion upcoming here for Eastern Hancock. Here's Swan. Has some time to throw. Fires over the middle, and it falls, and it's intercepted. But that's where the play ends. You cannot return a 2-point conversion. So either way, 6.
And we're in the second quarter, and really not quite halfway through the second quarter of this game. 7:50 to go in the first half. Here's the pitch to the left wing, trying to pick up some blockers. Out of bounds at about the 25, a gain of maybe 3 on that play. Interesting, Jan, I mentioned earlier the schedule rankings. Brownsburg played the 9th toughest schedule in the state. Avon Orioles played the 13th toughest schedule in the state, so there weren't any free rides in there.
And I respect that. Obviously, majority of those conference-oriented, but even the non-conference games are against top-tier teams.
They are going to continue to go for it here, so another 4th and 4 for Guerin Catholic. Bub Garner again in the backfield by himself. Once again, man in motion, the tight end from left to right, moves back to right, takes a snap. Throws McGinnis the fader out, it is up, and it is caught! What a catch by McGinnis, and they take the lead here, 9-7. Guerin puts points on the board.
Notre Dame to my left. Charles Benbury calls for the fade. It wasn't a perfect fade, a little bit underthrown by Gelov, but McGinnis, his reach, you'll see it here. A great job by McGinnis adjusting to this ball. So here's Gelov looking all the way, not even looking off, and then great reach going up and over Tyler Boyle.
It is picked up by Brownsburg.
Jackson, we'll see if this thing stands. I believe it is. That ball pops loose. Jackson just picks it up and takes it in for a score. That's a bizarre play. Take a look here, Bake. There it is. Right there it is. You can see the ball just kind of get squirted out of there. And boy, that's a massive turnover for Avon. We'll see if
Roughly a 21 or 22-yard recovery. Now the officials still in conversation. It is a touchdown.
And then a dead ball foul, personal foul, Avon. So it's a touchdown and then a personal foul, dead ball after the play was dead against Avon. That'll be assessed on the kickoff.
So here comes the point after. And again, Avon jumps. Now they may want to go for two now, Jan, since they missed that point after a few moments ago.
Offsides, Avon.
Jake Houston, and now forced 3rd and 28.
There's not many plays in the playbook that'll pick up a 3rd and 28.
No, there's not. This is a tough one, but if this is the worst Carmel, the worst play or the worst scenario Carmel's had the whole half, so they'll take it. They'll take a 21 point lead, even though they have to face 3rd and 28.
They're gonna look to pass again. He's facing pressure, and he's going to look to run. And he does get the edge down to about the 33.
He gets out of bounds, which actually helps HSE not have to use a timeout if they want to get the ball back. On that play, Seth Morelli was spying Christian Williams, and they let him get some yards, but nowhere near a first down. And
a gain of 7, so it's going to be still about 4th and 21.
And we'll have to see if they go for it here, punt it, kick a field goal. And they are going to go for it, it looks like. So 4th and 21, Royals have got to get off the field on this one. And if they don't get it, you're going to get pretty good field position if it's an incompletion. So big opportunity for the Royals to try to get off the field.
Going to take the snap, and he's going to look to throw over the middle, and he's got a man, but it is not enough.
Yeah, Royals
down to the 21. Yeah, so the Royals are going to take over on offense and try to go 80 yards with just about a minute to go.
And regardless of the success of Nick Ferrer,
you're right.
Camden Simons is that he's that cerebral quarterback, and he's got his eyes going every which way. He can see all of his options and knows, and all of a sudden, boom, on a dime, he can just find his receiver, and just smart football, and that's why he's got Westfield just about to go up 4 touchdowns here late in the first half. Simons goes left corner of the end zone, touchdown. And that's going to be Dane Wheeler from 22 yards. And a huge play. Watch the replay here, folks, as plenty of room.
He's watching his reads. 1, 2, fires it in the back of the end zone.
And if you looked, that offensive line made almost like a U-shaped. It was almost like a bent V. But that's what that offensive line is supposed to do to protect Cam Simons. And look what he found on a corner route. 22 yards later to Dane Wheeler and Westfield. Commanding lead. Sullivan set to put on the PAT here with 2:37 left till half, and kick is up, and it's good. And just like that,
yard line. Zabek's going to hand it off, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like he's going to fight forward for about a yard. It's again Elijah Butler, your running back.
Got another flag on the play.
Time it looks like holding against Noblesville. So that'll negate the 1-yard run. Makes it 1st and 19 now from the 36. Zabek and Butler have had a lot of success here. Again, wide receiver in motion. The handoff goes to Butler. Right up the middle. Big gain of about 7 yards on the play.
Homestead still leaving that middle open for Noblesville to run right down the middle.
Noblesville offensive line having a lot of success there. And on the tackle was number 11, Nick Martin, for the Spartans. 11 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Josie, not only has Noblesville been playing strong here to start this game, but Homestead with the fumble on the punt and the fumble on the run there, coughing it up twice, and a big penalty there on their first drive. This time the handoff going to be a gain of about 1 yard to Butler. Zavek's going to come to the sideline to talk to his coach. Head coach for the Homestead Spartans is Chad Zalman. And your head coach for Noblesville is Justin Roden. Brings up 3rd and 12 from the 43. 2 wide receivers on the bottom of your screen. It's Elijah Butler in the backfield. Zabek, another flag on the play. His pass is incomplete. He's being pressured by Cam Rogers.
You wonder why they're running over the left side. I mentioned this earlier. Blake Fisher, number 54, is 6'7", 340 pounds, and he's a growing young man. He's only a junior.
Is in the end zone, and just like that, West Lafayette regains the lead, 13-10, and that time it looked to be just like a pick, not a pick route, but Harrison Truitt ran behind his other receiver to catch that pass for a touchdown. And here's the replay, Jonathan. What exactly did you see on
this? This is Truitt at his best. You make the one quick pass and the one quick move, joop, and then you're in. And that's what Truitt does when that's him and Adams. That's how he's got 18 touchdowns on the season.
Yep. His 18th, the 52nd touchdown pass by Kyle Adams on the year, as the kick is up and good. So just like that, West Lafayette is back.
Holding on Fishers.
Oh. So penalty accepted, going to be a holding, and that's usually a spot foul in high school. And it's going to move that ball back to the 24. So the 5th penalty for 50 yards on the Tigers so far, and we're at the 2-minute mark of the first half. Westfield 28, Fishers nothing. Tigers looking to respond with something here. Hopefully they can get themselves on the scoreboard before the first half ends, but it's 2nd and 20 if they're on 24.
Eagles.
Wow.
What a grab, and who else but Nate Thompson.
How about Thompson catching that ball at the highest point and then keep control of the ball when he's going to go down to the ground?
Wow. And that knots the game up at 6 apiece, and Heritage Christian can get the extra point here.
Look at this catch. And then maintaining that ball all the way down. Nice play. Good shot, camera guys.
And now Caleb King will try to hit the go-ahead PAT with less than a minute and a half left in this first half.
High snap.
And King puts it right straight and true. And it is.
They're going to put this in the.
Fisher's offense is probably wondering how far back they're going to get marched.
I thought they were going to put him in the parking lot.
The PA mic is kind of muffled. Not sure what's going on with the speakers. Can't really tell exactly what they're saying.
Unsportsmanlike, it's going to go from the spot of the ball because it was after the play.
Ah, so that may, if it's 15 yards, it's going to go back to the 26. So they gain 2 yards.
You're bringing the A team here. We're the A team here. We're can't hear what he's saying. We're making it up, and we got it right. Look at that.
So it looks like, yeah, after all that, the ball's going to be at the 26. So the ball was at the 24. They gained 2 yards off that. Technically a spot foul on the penalty.
Uh-oh, did we just rig the system? Did we just figure it out?
Don't tell them.
Okay.
They're critiquing the officials. 3rd down and 18 at the 26. Huge 3rd down for Fisher's offense as Rue back in the pistol. Has time. Screen pass to Scally. 25, 30, 35. Breaks up near, and he'll be taken down the 41 where the last play before that penalty.
At the 5-yard line.
This is one of the best catches all years long. Joe Hall, and how he gets a foot in here. I'll never know. Here we have the replay. Now take a look at number 11, Joe Hall. He's on a fly route, just a give and go. Here it is in slow. Now he's got to get 1 foot in. That is an excellent call by the official.
That's a 30-yard pass reception.
Wow, babe.
And the ball is spotted at the 5-yard line.
Absolutely one of the best receptions I've seen all year. He had maybe 2 inches of real estate to get his foot in, and indeed he did. Excellent call by the official.
First down and goal, and Avon wants a timeout. This is a very important series. We didn't anticipate a 30-yard pass reception, but nonetheless, that's where we are. First down and goal from the 5 with 5:47 to go in the first half on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. And we're going to stick right here and talk to you about our friends at Farm Bureau. You're good at being you. You've been you for years. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, good at your insurance. Find an agent to help you think about it at infb.com. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Beck, let's not forget number 11, Joe Hall, just a sophomore. But I'll tell you, when you look at their receivers, you go across that board, 6'3", 6'4", 6'3", 6'4". That's some pretty tall, lengthy receivers.
And you can take advantage of that. Likewise, Jan, if you're so inclined, put the ball where he's the only guy that can get it.
Well, it's such a mismatch for 5'10", 6-foot defenders, and Avon's taking advantage of it.
So here we go now with the clock showing 5:47 to go in the first half of tonight's game. The winner, of course, advancing to the second round of the tournament. Here we go, first down and goal from the 5. And here comes that defense again. Brownsburg's defensive unit looked like Isaiah Street, 51, the first guy to get to him in there.
Well, Isaiah got to him because the secondary, and one of your stats you've always said, all the years I've broadcasted, one thing I learned and I like, you go, there should be a stat for secondary sacks because there's nowhere to throw the football. And he got the result of that, but the result was because of the secondary.
I heard one of the pro football announcers make a reference. He didn't call it a secondary sack, but he referred to it in that same term, which here's a personal foul called against Brownsburg. All I'm saying is there ain't no place to throw it.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you can do with it.
You're dead right. And here's another personal foul. That's just silly.
So it's going to be first and goal now, and the ball is spotted at it'll be at the 5 after that sack on the flat incomplete pass.
Well, he threw that quicker than he really needed to.
Farrell looked at him like, wait a minute here, I wasn't ready expecting that, so.
Well, that's what pressure will do. Pressure makes you do funny things sometimes, especially at the quarterback position. He just felt the pressure and threw it quicker than he really wanted to.
So with 5:15 to play, it'll be second down and goal again from the 5-yard line. This time they send Farrell in motion to the left side. Try the inside handoff from 5 yards out, and the touchdown is good.
Number 39 for Avon.
And he is not even on our too deep charts.
Clayton Peters.
Here's the man in motion. Now watch 39 set up right at the right elbow of the quarterback. He gets the 5-yard run into the end zone. Peters.
Number 39, Clayton Peters, a junior, 5'10". So Avon cuts this lead, and extra point's good, Meg.
5 minutes, 9 seconds to go. First half, 20-14 is the score now. Brownsburg over Avon of the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Luke Palmer. Looks like that's going to be a gain of about 4 yards on the play with a run by Elijah Butler. Brings up second, 6 ball at the 43. So the handoff goes to Butler. Has room to run on the right side. He will break it, folks. This is going to be a 57-yard touchdown to the house. Noblesville now up 12-0 over the number 2 ranked team in the state, the Homestead Spartans. So, wow, what a shocker we have here in Noblesville with 5:41 left to play. It's the Spartans down 12-0. See if Noblesville, they're going to go for the PAT instead of going for the 2-point conversion. Once again, it's Graydon Addison. His 2 previous kicks, a PAT and a field goal, have been blocked. This one is up and in as Noblesville takes the 13-0 lead. And what a play we just saw here by number 22 for the Millers. Elijah Butler takes the handoff. Look at that blocking as the...
You know both these veteran coaches are going to have a conversation about penalties because we've had, even though it's been a really good game, we have certainly had more than the fair share of penalties, and most, all of them have been pretty obvious.
Handoff in the backfield, trying to find some running room out across the 15 to around the 17 or 18. And Jan, there's another yellow hanky on the field.
Against Brownsburg. I've always felt like that penalties can ruin momentum about as quick as anything. Here's Brownsburg gets that quick score, then another score. Now all of a sudden Avon answers the bell. Now Brownsburg's starting to make some mistakes. If they're not careful, look out. Avon's way too good of a team to be making mistakes and allow them to get the momentum back.
Yeah, you're not just losing yardage, you're losing that valuable thing called momentum.
And it's so hard to keep in a game like this. Holding was the call, by the way.
So it'll be first down.
Another flag.
And another flag flies. And this has got to be a procedure call. That's exactly what it is.
Brownsburg has just come unraveled.
Half the distance of the goal will move it back to about the 2 or 3 yard line.
And what happens now if you make a mistake?
Oh, yeah.
It could cost you points. You got to maintain your composure. This is where your captains and your seniors have got to step up and become leaders and guys. Let's get focused here.
Hand off to Marcus. He will get across the 5 out to about the 8 or 9 yard line.
I can remember when I was a sophomore and a junior player and seniors got in your face, you listened. You just did, and because you respected their leadership, and they grabbed a hold of you if you did something silly and said, hey, not here, not now. We don't need that. And that's good leadership when you get that.
So it's second down and a dozen. And again, what Avon is hoping for with 4 minutes to play, and we get another flag, and it's got to be against Brownsburg again. It'll be procedure, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they're lined up all sides.
So take it back half the distance to the goal. This time they'll spot it at the 5.
People can boo and all they want, but at the end of the day, if you line up all sides, you line up all sides.
So now it goes back to second and 17.
You know a way to fix that? Stop lining up all sides.
Don't do it anymore. Second down and 17. Throwing is Easters over the middle and incomplete at the 30.
Boy, I tell you, that was a kind of a risky pass. He threw that into double coverage that time. Avon was in a zone that time and was well defended. And boy, I'll tell you, 3rd and a country mile for Brownsburg.
Well, this is going to be really big, champ, because
yes,
if they don't get the first down, they're going to be punting out of their own end zone.
Avon's got a shot of maybe tying this thing up or going ahead before halftime. You talking about a potential swing of events. Brownsburg, I think, this is a good timeout. This is why these guys are Hall of Fame coaches.
It should be their final timeout. Yeah, they're showing 1-1 on the scoreboard right now, so with 3 minutes and 34 seconds to go. So let's set the scenario here, Jan. The kickoff had Brownsburg with the football at the 12-yard line, and since then they have done nothing but march backwards to where they're now back at about the 5-yard line and a 3rd down and 17.
Well, that's why I think this is a really good timeout. Obviously, Brownsburg needed to just take a deep breath, and their coach talked to them a little bit, get things settled down, because you making a mistake now and you're in real trouble. So I think that was an excellent timeout by John Hart.
Brownsburg has touchdowns from Terrell, Marcus, and Jackson. Avon scores from Love and Peters. And they're going to try to get a bunch of yardage, and they're still going to be sacked at the 5-yard line. Big number 56, Daniel Norosha, is the guy who comes in and makes the stop along with a couple of the other guys in the white jerseys.
Wow, that's a good stop, too, for Avon. And now plenty of time, and Brownsburg's going to be forced to be punting from their own end zone.
Well, I talked about Brownsburg punting. Clay Chase averaging 35.5 yards per punt. He's hit a couple of good ones, though.
He's been really efficient tonight punting the football.
This will be his 3rd punt of the game.
Let's see where this goes. Avon's receiver is about the 39-40. He certainly has punted it farther than that tonight.
He has. Gets it away, and it is taken right where the guy was standing, right where the receiver was standing at the 40. He'll move it forward to a 32-yard line. So a return of 8 yards on the 25-yard punt. And now with 3:12 to go, Avon's in a position right now, Jan, where they could take over this football game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, they sure can. What do we got here?
This will be, unless they mark off a couple of big penalties, the first time, they mark it at the 33, the first time in the game.
There's a flag down.
That Avon has started the drive inside Brownsburg territory.
I think he lost his flag. There, he found it. Oh, it's a sideline warning. No, absolutely not.
All right, that's one. You get one free.
You get one free, and that was on Avon.
So the Orioles of Avon, undefeated, #1 team in Class 6A with 9 wins, no losses. Down 20-14 with 3:12 to go in the first half. They have the football on the 33-yard line of Brownsburg. Nobody to throw the ball to. Here comes the pressure defensively. And he will fall forward and get a couple of yards, despite the fact that everything kind of broke down. That was Carl Biddings, who came in defensively to make the lead stop that time, number 63.
Really nowhere to throw the football. He's got to get that ball tucked in there. He was kind of flopping around there, Big, while he was running.
Blocked down at 2:40 to go now in the first half. Quarterback keep up the middle, tripped up at about the 28-yard line, falls forward to about the 26 or 27, 3rd down. And they spot it right at the 27-yard line. Clock showing 2:20 to go now in the first half. No real hurry here, Jen, to get plenty of time. If you're an Avon fan, you just want to watch methodical picking up of first downs, a couple of them.
Perfect scenario for Avon to score with not much time left.
Clock down to 7 seconds to go. Play clock down to 2, down to 1. They just barely get it away. Fire, pass caught at the 18-yard line, knocked down at the 15-yard line. Good reception that time to Wallace Stovall, one of the backup flankers.
A little bit of misdirection by Avon, and he has that backside doing an in route and found him. Good. Take a look. See, there's the play action. Goes on the backside for the reception.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage, and we come back live and into the end zone from 15 yards out. Fumble, but I believe he had crossed the end line. Let's see.
Yep. That's the right call. Once he's over the inline, it's a touchdown.
That is McCray, the backup running back, who gets the touchdown.
Just like that, Avon right back in it. Great blocking on that left side. Just a sprint option play. That's a touchdown. No question about it.
Now the all-important point after. Out of the hole to Mason Miller. Here is the kick. It is up and it is good.
Can you believe it?
So a 4-play, 33-yard drive. And McCray runs in from 15 yards out.
Beck, did you happen to tell me this was a huge game somewhere along the way? Unbelievable. What an outstanding first half. Let's take a look at the touchdown again in slow motion. See, 1, 2 kick-out blocks on 3 kick-out blocks, 4 kick-out blocks. There's the reason this is a touchdown. Small little things make the difference. Yeah, as a blocker, you can go, oh, I got my man. And the other guy goes, well, yeah, I kind of got my man. No. Secure blocking. 1, 2, 3, 4. He walked in untouched.
That is the 5th touchdown of the year for Krishawn McCray. 69 carries, 472 yards. He's averaging just under 7 yards per carry. And that was a beauty right there for number 2, a 5'10", 150-pound sophomore.
Out of bounds.
Kick goes out of bounds, so see what they opt to do here. They can make it re-kick them if they so desire.
Beck, how about this? Noblesville 13, Homestead 7.
I did a number of the Noblesville games this year, and I can tell you truthfully, and I know they would agree with me, this is a strictly rebuilding year for the Millers. They struggled. They were 1-8.
But what's the and it's far from over. It's near halftime. You cannot overlook anybody. You can't. And I'm not saying Homestead is.
Well, as you and I talked last week, the good thing about the start of the year, everybody's undefeated.
Right.
The good thing about the tournament, everybody's undefeated. They're going to make them re-kick it, Jan.
Yep, went out of.
So they'll move them back to the 35.
Absolutely my favorite time of the year.
Here is the kick. It'll float deep and be taken at the 12-yard line. Trying to find some running room. Gets out to the 25. About a 13-yard return. Avon celebrating, Jan. That defensive unit out there of Avon's caught fire right now.
Yes, sir. Well, that's what happens. We just talked about momentum, and they have it right now. And now if you're Brownsburg, you've got to counter it some way, shape, or form.
So Avon will get it with 1:14 to go in the first half. At one stage of the game, the Orioles were down 20-7. They have come back now to score 2 unanswered to make it 21-20. And the clock with 1:14 to go here in the first half. Again, Easter's at quarterback, dropping back to throw. Nobody, in fact, the entire defense just folded, and he gets the first down with a run out to the 36-yard line.
Good decision. Nothing there as far as passing, but still was able to get a lot of yardage just running on his own.
When you go, Jan, defensively into a prevent defense like that, you've really opened up the middle, and there was nobody within, 10, 15 yards of Easter's that time, so he wisely ran it, and now I don't see the flag, but the officials are once again gathering together and having a convention.
Wave it off.
Yep, got to pick it up.
Yep. Well, and the quarterback makes the smart move to understand, get the first down first of all if you can, then get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Now they move the chain, and they will move the marker out to the 36. Brownsburg needs to be a little bit attentive right now, a little up-tempo, but 1:07 to go in the first half. Marcus resets to the right elbow this time with the quarterback Ben Easters, and Easters going to drop back to throw. And he'll tuck it, and he'll go down to the 31. A loss of about 5 yards. Now, Jen, if I'm Brownsburg right now, I might be inclined to say, let's get out of Dodge here.
I would certainly agree with you here. What you don't want to do is make a huge mistake and cost you dearly.
They will run the play and be shoved out of bounds at the 38-yard line. They've still got time to get something done with 34 and a half to go. Getting the call from the sideline for the offensive coordinator. At halftime, we'll talk to the commissioner. Bobby Cox will also, Jan will, during that period of time, be gathering up some scores for you, trying to get a bunch of it over through the intended receiver. They had one out there at about the 20-yard line, trying to get the ball in the hands of Preston Terrell. And the clock will stop at 29-1.
I'll tell you, this is a big play as far as Brownsburg's concerned here. You got a lot of things can go wrong on a punt here, Big. Brownsburg's got to be careful.
Oh, he almost had it blocked. They had a defender in there that time. Brevin Good came charging in and almost got a piece of that football.
Yeah, that's a no call.
And so Avon will get it with 19:4 to play in the first half. The fans below us thought there might have been roughing the kicker.
He was being blocked and they touched, but that was a good no call.
Could be the final play of the first half, depending on if it's a running play or a passing play. And, well, what do you know? Another flag.
Well, it's because the play clock's
Get Carmel to jump off side, possibly, or they're just going to go quick and hand it off.
It's going to be a pitch to Blaine on the right side. He's going to cut upfield for, gain of about 2 or 3, but he is going to be short.
If I'm Coach Morris,
I'm going for this.
You got to go for it. I would see if they jump and give you a free 5 yards first. And then I would look at their defense if you're Coach White and try to get a play that matches what they're lining up at. But that was a different play call by Coach White's there. Instead of handing off at the middle, he faked it and did a pitch out to the outside. And there was the attempt to get him to jump off sides, but to no prevail. And it will bring up a huge fourth and 2.
They're going to high snap and give it to Blaine, and he got the first down. So a little bit of a drive going for HSE. Going to have a 1st and 10 on Carmel's 45-yard line, and looking like we're going to push the tempo even a little bit more.
Give credit to Coach White. He's sticking with the run game, and it's giving him a few first downs, and eventually he's going to go play action again. It's going to be open because they're drawing in the linebackers while they're running.
And there it is, a screen to DeAndre. Going to run forward for about 4.
Yeah, 3rd time they've ran that. The first 2 times it was not even close to being successful that time for a minimum game, and so they must have saw something in film where they liked that kind of jailbreak screen where DeAndre comes back underneath.
All day to throw once again, throws out in the backfield, and he is leveled in the backfield. Number 34, Nick Demis, excuse me, with the hit. Looks like the field goal opportunity, and I think if you're Coach Dilly, you're happy with only giving 3 points here to maybe be down 7 points here, waiting on the field goal.
Yeah, that's a win for your defense, especially if he misses it.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Crockover's pretty good.
So here's the field goal attempt. The snap is a little high, but brought down by Adams. The kick is up, and it is good. So Guerin holds West Lafayette to 3 points. They're now down 17-10. You're watching IHSAA football on Indiana SRN, presented by the Colts.
Looking to put some points on the board, but we'll see what this Fishers Tigers defense coming out of the halftime.
Like we saw fired up Jake Gilbert, I guarantee in a locker room, no one
bet.
can see him. Whew. We know Rick Wimmer had that team all fired up. So first down and 10 for Westfield at their own 20-yard line, and they will go twins here to the near. Pistol with Patchett behind him, and steady dive to Patchett maybe, and the ball on the ground and clock rolling is what Westfield wants to do, but Patchett goes out of bounds. Looks like he lost a yard.
Nice job by the Tigers. That's the first running play that went out to the outside where they actually stopped it. So that was one of the adjustments I'm sure they made at halftime, making sure they don't get beat on the outside.
Fisher's trying to... Noblesville, like Richie Hall told us, halftime now, they're up 13-0 on number 3 Homestead. So the Millers trying to make a statement, and they want to play at home next week. Because I think the last count I saw that Fort Wayne Snyder was up on Carroll. Patchett runs the ball again.
Nothing.
Doesn't find any room, and you can hear the Fisher student section across the way is excited. So it brings up 3rd down and 11. Check that 3rd and 10. He gained a yard. And that would be something if, and I wouldn't think anything of it because like they say, like we said earlier, records are out the window. Everybody starts 0-0. You can be ranked whatever. You could lose your first game of sectional tournament in football, and almost no one will bat an eye. Patchett being chased by a couple Fishers defenders. He
once again
gets knocked out at the 19, so he'll drop a yard again. So 3 plays, minus
room on the left side, and he's going to run, break a tackle, and John McCall ends up taking him down around the 20-yard line, but a lot of room on the left side, and Carmel is continuing to run the rock all over HSE.
Yeah, it was a nice cutback by Dylan Downing, and he is a fast back and a good run by him, but HSE was a little bit flat-footed on that and just didn't flow to the ball very well, and a big play for Carmel.
Going to try the triple option, and going to have to cut back all the way to the left side, break 3 tackles, and get down to the 14-yard line. So the triple option, HSE had a good job covering it up, but just cut back and ultimately gains 5 yards.
Yeah, story of the night, missed tackles, penalties. Continues for the Royals defense. We give credit to Carmel. They've executed from the start, and they're continuing to execute, trying to go in and maybe do a knockout punch or dagger or whatever you want to call it and go up 4 scores here in the 3rd quarter.
They're going to give it to him, and HSE makes a good tackle for a loss of 1.
Chris
So
Stein.
3rd and 5 from the 15.
Yeah, Chris Stein was in there on the tackle and bring up a 3rd down for Carmel.
So with 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, Carmel in the red zone, going to take the snap, play action, and run a post over the middle. It's going to be picked off. The Royals are going to get the turnover that they needed.
That's huge. It keeps it at 3 scores and gives you the ball back. First down for the Royals. Problem is they're going to have a long way to go
as well. So it could be one of those second halves. Snyder could come back, and then if that's the case, Noblesville could host Snyder next week. Complete pass down to the 15-yard line. 12-yard pickup and a first down into the hands of Nick Leith. And so brings up first down and 10 at the 15 of Westfield. Fishers is marching, trying to make something happen. Rue in the pistol. He's got Scally by him. The passing game is seeming to work.
Yep.
This drive for the Tigers. As delay and ball batted down. Looks like they're by number 90, I believe, Owen Ogle. Either 90 or 99.
I think you're right, 90.
Nope, 99. His jersey was covered up. Alan White, big 6'2", 305. We were talking about him before the second half started. He got his big paw on that pass to go incomplete. Brings up second down and 10 at the 15 of Westfield. That's a big kid, 6'2", 305, and he looks like he's really agile.
Oh, yeah. Here we go, second and long.
Just a couple minutes into the second half. Craig Atkins, Jack Russell, glad you've joined us here for sectional semifinals at Westfield. Rook going to the end zone and up top.
Got
touchdown. That's into the hands of number 86, Jeffrey Simmons. Oh, nope, we got a flag at the 19-yard line. Holding on the offense nullifies the beautiful pass as Simmons went up for the ball.
Had the matchup. Yep. You had your tight end. You had the big guy over one of the cornerbacks. Holding.
Simmons leads Fishers in receiving, 26 catches for actually 27 now, 362 yards. He's got 5 touchdowns. And that one's going to come back for a holding.
Ooh. That was a great pass, though.
Oh, yeah.
Right where you wanted to put it.
Rue fed that ball, and it was beautiful to the front corner of the end zone. Like you said, mismatch.
Big mismatch.
Had the big size mismatch. I mean, Simmons is listed as 6'5", 206, and he had such a...
Yeah, I mean, you're
like
right.
Putting Calvin Johnson on one of those, back in the day when he played, on one of those 5'10" receivers. It's like, are you kidding me? So it'll make it 2nd and 29 from the 29. Scally making it look easy down to the 13-yard line. 13-yard line, picks up 16.
The difference here is, though, it's going to be 3rd and long. 3rd and long, and it's cold. So my guess is you go for it. I think this is the 2 down.
Oh,
maybe.
yeah.
This is 2 down here anyway.
3rd and 9 at the 16, and congratulations to Dylan Scally on that 16-yard run. He has crossed 1,000 yards, and it's tough to do in a league like the Hoosier Crossroads.
Oh, yeah.
And Scally crosses 1,000 yards. He needed 79. He's got over 80. Rue forced out of the pocket, and he gets down, and flag coming out about the 5-yard line. He gets down to about the 7 where he's marked. Picked up 6. It'll be 3 shy of the first down, but we'll see what this flag is coming out. Ooh, personal foul. It's going to be half the distance. So pickup of 6 by Rue on the scamper. So it looks like that's going to mark it down at the 3-yard line.
All right, here we go.
1st and goal at the 3, 8:48 left. 3rd quarter play. Fisher's trying to make some quick work on this first drive of theirs here in the second half. Rue. Incomplete pass, batted down at the line. I think this is somewhere where Fishers needs to run the ball. Either give it to Scally, or they have ran with Sean Kim, number 35, which I think I just saw him check in. Nope, that's number 85. Receiver tight end Caleb Gates. He's 6'4", so now he's got 6'5" Simmons and 6'4" Gates. So you got your height options. And hopefully Rick Wimmer and company make the smart call here. Also, I see a tight end, number 89, Silas Martin. So they've got triple tights out there. 2 to the left. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. And Reese Bull and Nick Leith here the receiver to the near side.
I think you try to run it. I think you try to
Absolutely.
get in there.
Trust your line. Oh,
Ball down.
Ball's on the turf, and it looks like Westfield's got it.
The pressure coming from the middle, that's where it is. Bumgarner doesn't care, lowers his shoulder. Did he get past the goal line? They're saying he did not. So a gain of 1, a 3rd down and 1 here. We'll see if they want to hand it off to him again.
That weak side was wide open for a rollout, but that part of that was because of the handoff out the middle.
Another handoff for Bumgarner. Bumgarner gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Guerin. And just like that, it's a 17-16 game. Guerin keeping with West Lafayette.
And that's going to be key. If you're looking at this analytically, add up how many more drives do you have. All right, you got this touchdown. That means West Lafayette's going to have it. The way their offense has been going, their drive is going to be over with a touchdown or a punt by about the end of this quarter. And so then you're going to have another opportunity. Here's their goofy little swinging gate thing. But if Guerin, you're thinking, okay, we're going to have the ball 2 more times. We need to be able to get those stops and then be able to have those long drives to make sure that West Lafayette doesn't get a bonus one at the end. You gotta execute here, though.
Crucial extra point here as Edgerton puts his foot in it. It's a low snap, and it is no good.
5 up to the 9-yard line to Simons. Huge defensive play there by Westfield as they recover a fumble as Popeye Williams forced that as he kind of spun Scally as he went up toward the pile. We didn't catch who recovered that, but
Call it 4th down and inches. And what do you do here if you're Coach Ray?
I think you go underneath center and you go quarterback straight up the middle.
It's decision time here as now Reed Garrick checks into the ball game, and Max Milton will stay on the football field. The Eagles opting to go for it here in the red zone. 4th down and a yard. Milton fakes the ball to his running back, finds Peyton Brown, and is in for the touchdown.
Wow. Like I said, you throw a 5-yard pass. I've been throwing the whole entire night. I'll tell you what, good drive. More importantly, look how much time left in the 3rd quarter.
So off of the fumble recovery from Ethan Lowry, which negated a fumble by Max Milton on the previous possession, Heritage Christian now looks to make it a two-score ball game, and they have done so. And now to add the extra point is Caleb King. Snap is down, and it is through the upright.
That ball, now he's going to fake the handoff to Scally, and he's got to throw it away. And I think nope. They're saying a receiver was in the area, so no intentional grounding. And there was just a mad rush for him. And the player I talked to about before the second half started, I think I lost him there, number 5. Yeah, Mark McLaurin. He came on the rush that time. Looks like he's up there on the left side of the defensive line with Popeye Williams. Brings up 2nd down and 10 at the 21-yard line for Fishers. Thank you. Will on the assist there. Popeye Williams with that sack, and there's going to be a timeout called by Fishers on the field.
Real quick, want to thank one of our
Ooh, Nate almost got the guy to jump. Nope.
Guess he didn't go.
Did not get past the line of scrimmage.
Look to throw. He's throwing deep left side, and there's nobody there.
Yeah, miscommunication. He thought DeAndre was going deep. DeAndre thought he was supposed to cut it off for a comeback route. And it will bring up 4th down, and Andrew Hobson is not happy after that one.
Development in the area, or some scores around the area. Avon has come back and is now up 21-20, 21 unanswered points. And Westfield is still up 28-0 on Fishers.
Well, at least the other half of Fishers is feeling our pain. tonight.
We can relate.
And then he makes one cut to the outside, and there's a false start, and down goes the ref. That's not how they drew it up.
And so the false start is going to be here on West Lafayette.
Good ball.
False
start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. So first down.
It's moving back 5 yards. I do want to show you that play, Jonathan. Again, the same play. He seems to be just delaying behind the receiver right there, and there looks like a zone play there by the defense.
Yeah, well, if we could back that up, they set it up like it was going to be the screen over to Melky, number 25. And instead of going to the screen, they went over to Truitt. And here's the throw up the seam again.
Play by Simmons, which Simmons could have already had a first down this touchdown this third quarter, but that was called back because of that holding. So it'll bring up first and goal at the 10. Fisher's knocking on the door once again. Handoff this time is to number 5. And that is Matthew Noble. Goes nowhere. It's like he lost 4 yards.
There's 6 on the board, 23-16.
Yeah, he olayed Hagel. We'll take another peek at that one, but that's West Lafayette. Flip the side, same script. You had Truitt the first time, and now here they're going to go to Adams up the seam, and then just one move. He didn't even really have to make a move. He broke correctly. Hagel went on the outside, and it was easy pickings for West Lafayette.
So the extra point for West Lafayette. Snap is down. The kick is through the uprights, 24-16. West Lafayette leads over Guerin. You are watching IHSAA football on Indiana SRN, presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
I think the best thing that our ministry offers is that when the women come in and they are pregnant and they've reached our scan dates, which are 6 weeks, 4 days to 14 weeks, we're able to image them with ultrasound.
Seeing the image on the screen and hearing a heartbeat clarifies that it is truly life and not just a clump of cells.
You can see babies sucking their thumbs. You can see them running their hands over their head.
It shows them what God is doing on the inside that they don't feel or don't even think is real, but they see a real image of a real baby on the screen.
Lead brings up 4th down now.
I will say, even with the pressure, that was a heck of a throw. That was a good throw.
So they will call it 4th and 10 at the 14 of...
Yeah, 4th and goal, ball
on the 14. Midway point of the third quarter. I'm glad they focused on the heat being in this press box. Did you know that they didn't have air conditioning installed?
Yes, that's correct.
There's only heat, obviously.
If you go to the second floor of this building, it is 1,000 degrees. All the heat's up there. We're getting the cool air.
Be really confident in your offense.
Yeah, it's a one-score game. You've upped the degree of difficulty, though, where you have to now get that 2-point conversion to try to tie. And the situation still, this is the West Lafayette. They're scoring or punting really quickly, and so you need to be able to eat up a lot of clock to try to limit those possessions.
Ball is going to roll in the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Gelov will have an opportunity to move the ball down the field once again from the 20-yard line. And Bumgarner had a couple nice runs there in the first drive of the third quarter for Guerin, and Gelov also had some good runs, but it was the passing by Gelov that really stood out on that drive, finding McGinnis' favorite target, completing third down conversions, and putting 6 on the board.
Yeah, Guerin's been very deliberate, and it's been effective for them. They've been working it quite well, and they got to keep doing that. They need to work that clock. It's got to be their best friend, and they need to make sure it has to be successful. You can't just diminish time and then not score. They got to get 8 now.
So another high snap. Gelov completes it. He's going to scroll to his right. He's a quick quarterback, but he cannot escape the pressure from Lamont Johnson. And we talked about the quarterback center exchange. It's a very underrated part of the football game, and right now you saw why it's very key after a loss of looks to be at least 10 yards.
And that was an issue last drive. It just wasn't catastrophic like it was right there. And now you're so far behind the chains. 2nd and 20 with your back. Gelov's almost going to line up. He's in the shadow of his own end zone. This is not good for Guerin. It's recoverable, but we haven't seen him do it yet tonight. I'm in a similar situation in the first quarter.
So we'll see if Guerin can recover from that. They have 4 seconds to get this play off. As Gelov recognizes that, he's in the shotgun. He will get it off in time. Takes a snap, steps up in the pocket, throws over to the far side, complete to McGinnis. McGinnis makes a nice catch, steps out of bounds. And it's going to be a 3rd and about 13 after a gain of 7.
Yeah, so it's not impossible. It's not great. Last time in a similar situation through to Baumgartner, he trucked the guys. He got 8 yards, and then so that just made it a little shorter distance.
And HSC
looks like HSC has it.
And that's a little. Does HSC have the ball? Let's see. They're waiting on the official.
And it is
HSC's
ball.
Well, if we
say
need
that's
a miracle, that's the start one.
You can say that's what you get for going on.
Yeah,
going for it, 4th and 5.
A little bit of karma, but
HSC will take over. 36-yard line.
Man, listen to that crowd.
Out of the shotgun. Heston looking for a receiver. He's in trouble. Circles back inside the 10. Fires the ball up the field. It is caught at the 28-yard line. And the pass completed that time to Tice Farrell, the tight end.
I tell you, quarterback, a lot of patience. There, he had pressure all over him. Take a look here. First down. Hessen, look.
Nate Wolf can't hold on to it. So it's going to be a 3rd and 10 from the 36, and our defense creates a turnover, gets the ball back, and the offense just can't do anything with it.
Yeah, it happened.
We spoke of it before the half, or at halftime. Carroll now is up 28-17 as Snyder scored a touchdown 3rd quarter. And if Snyder does come back to beat the Carroll Chargers, Noblesville, if they hang on against Homestead, will host next week against the Snyder Panthers. But line drive, Jack Phillips converts the point after attempt, and Fisher's on the scoreboard now. It's 28-7, 3:55.
Too old, but there was yellow flags everywhere in that first half.
And it stymied both ball clubs.
Yeah, it kind of interrupted a really, really good first half.
And yeah, you're right. That's the reason it seemed so weird. You couldn't get any rhythm at all going because there were too many hankies out there. Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. And they'll try the left side again and get it to the 35-yard line. They gave it a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Unofficially, Jen, I only had Avon with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 first downs in the first half. And they've got one here trying to pick up their second one on a 3rd down. Actually, where they spotted it makes it about a 3rd down and 6. Here they come.
You got to blow it dead. You got to blow it dead. I think you got to blow this dead right here. He lost his helmet, and that's a safety issue.
Well, I think they were trying to. Preston Jarvis led the attack that time for Brownsburg.
Yeah, that can get ugly quickly. He had his helmet ripped off of him, and we were still live play.
So it'll be a 4th down.
I know you got to let the play continue to a point, but wow, that could have got ugly. Thankfully, it didn't.
Marcus and
far side, not going to get the first down as he is leveled on that sideline. He's going to be about 3 yards short, so a 2-yard gain for Adams.
Yeah, they the far sideline, they wanted a flag on that one. I don't know. It's kind of hard to see from over here, but here's another decent situation for West Lafayette. And I think it was interesting you read off Truett's numbers. That's the gist of the offense, is getting the ball to Truett and letting him run.
The crowd is getting into it here on a 3rd and 2. They're going to need a stop and get this West Lafayette offense off the field. 10 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter as Adams is in the shotgun. Melchi's in motion from right to left, handoff to Blankman. Blankman's going to be tackled behind the first down marker, and Guerin Catholic did what they needed to do, a 3rd down stop to make it a 4th and 2.
No gain on the play.
Yeah, but if you're West Lafayette,
4th down.
Once you
try
to go for the kill again here, and we're going to the 4th, but go for the kill. Do what Guerin did at the end of the first half.
We'll see if they will go for the kill after this timeout break. 24-16. West Lafayette a quarter away from advancing in the sectionals. You're watching.
Simons keeps it again, and he will get a Westfield first down. Check that, we need to correct a score from earlier. West Lafayette 24, Guerin Catholic 17-16. After Guerin missed the point after earlier. Patchett in motion, gets the handoff inside the 45, gets across the 40. Picks up 4 yards, does Patchett. 2:35 and counting here, 3rd quarter. Final score in Class 5A, Cathedral 38, Terre Haute South 14, so Cathedral, and we'll see if they'll match up against Decatur Central more than likely. Should be one stellar matchup, as Decatur Central got the upset last year in that game and went on to the state finals. Patchett carries, gets dropped back to the 43-yard line for a 3-yard loss. Big 3rd down and 8 at the 42. Check that 43-yard line. 3rd and 9. Pretty good crowd on both sides, despite how brisk out it is and how windy it is. Don't know if that blowing snow scared anybody off. Screen pass, Dane Wheeler gets down to about the 35. He's close to a first down, and obviously they've got to go for it here.
Oh, yeah.
7 yards on the pickup by Dane Wheeler. His previous catch was a nice 22-yard touchdown. And the fans calling for Gilbert to go for it, but he's bringing out the punt team, and
they're going to have Simons.
Yep, Simons is going to.
The blowout coming.
No.
We were talking to the Carmel radio people who were here and the Carmel TV, and they thought it was going to be a close game. We thought it was going to be a close game, and really everyone I've kind of talked to thought it was going to be a close game. And unfortunately, from HCTV point of view, the Carmel Greyhounds came to play, and the Royals have just not.
So Blackburn will get the carry. And now it's going to be a 4th and 16. So barring a fake punt, HSC will get the ball back with about 8 minutes left.
If they do it here, we might have a brawl at midfield.
The offense is staying
Coach
out on
Morris.
the field, so they might just go for it.
No, I think they're going to run the clock maybe and just call timeout, I would imagine. If they do go for it, I mean, it's fine from an HC perspective. Give them the
Don't
ball.
go for it and then get good field position. Or don't get it.
Yeah.
Get field position.
I can't imagine they would. They got to punt it, you would think, here. Unless there's something that we don't.
Tagged it all at the end. Here it is. It looked like to me it just fell down. Yeah, there was no touching there. What you think you see as a fan, you don't get. Now, fairness to the fans, we get to see replay, they didn't. So when you see your guy go down, you go, that's not normal. Well, there wasn't any contact there.
Lacey on the intended receiver here. This will be the 36-yard line, a 46-yard field goal that is no good.
Wow, that was close. What a great drive by the Bulldogs. Got a shot at it there, wasn't able to connect. Still 1 point lead for Avon, but Brownsburg used a ton of clock on that drive.
They used about 6.5 minutes, matter of fact, John.
There's a just miss. The old adage, cliche, whatever, a game of inches, Bake. Extra coat of paint on that.
Had the
goalpost hit, had plenty of distance. It just maybe a foot to the right.
From 46 yards out, a terrific effort on the part of the Bulldogs. Now Avon gets it from their own 20-yard line. And they'll be stacked up with a loss of maybe a yard. Second time in the second half they've started to drive at the 20. Previous drive went 7 plays and had to punt the football away. I was looking, Jan, for Clay Chase, I mentioned. I know this sounds ridiculous, but he has a 59-yard field goal to his credit.
Well, you never know when that comes into play. He obviously has the distance.
That's the reason they weren't afraid to line him up from 40.
Little to the right.
Second down. Firing on second down. And incomplete. And here comes the flag.
They get Isaiah Higgins on the contact there. Off defensive interference. On number 13, Isaiah Higgins.
You know, it's not the officials' intent at all to slow down a game or ruin the rhythm of a game. They just simply have to make the calls that are there.
There's no question about it. He shoved him. You just see it there at the replay.
So give him 15, mark it first down to 10 from the 34. And that just aids Avon's efforts here in this third quarter.
Sure does.
Handoff, right side, out to the 40. Might have got himself across the 40, perhaps out to the 41-yard line. Winner of this game gets the winner of Pike and Zionsville. I forgot what you said. I think Zionsville was ahead.
Zionsville was leading. Yes, they sure were.
A couple of ball clubs that are struggling this year. Pike is 1-8, and Zionsville's 3-6.
Zionsville's had a lot of ball clubs on the road, but just wasn't able to close them out.
2nd and 3. Hessen wants to throw. He escapes one dark jersey, throws on the run, and literally threw it away. He had a guy in the area. Ty Sparrow was there, but it was way over his head. So it's 3rd down and 3.
Zionsville leading that ball game 19-0 at halftime, Big.
Pike has scared a lot of clubs this year, but they just can't seem to get the job done. Well, there's 2 clubs that have scared people this year.
Yeah.
4:10 to go in the third.
3rd and 3. Got to be careful, Brownsburg defensively. Whistles.
Now the official comes in from behind the offense.
I think we got an equipment problem.
It's the quarterback, Henry Hessen, that he was talking to, Jan.
Equipment problem.
So Henry will head to the sideline.
Well, maybe not.
Yeah, it looks to me like it might be an injury. I thought initially it was.
He got a leg cramp.
Yeah. Now Mason Miller is their backup quarterback, number 8.
Yeah,
he's out there. Yeah.
Yep.
No one signaled.
And so that score makes it all the more unattainable here for Eastern Hancock, as Heritage Christian has scored 20 unanswered points. As we take a look at the replay here very soon. But first we have Caleb King here to kick the extra point. King is 2 for 2 tonight.
That's exciting. You know, you never want to end your season, like I said, with like you said, with the shutout. And Nate Wolf, a senior, gets a touchdown, and Andrew Hobson had plenty of time. Finally rolls out, finds Nate Wolf right at the goal line, and they were given the touchdown. And you're going to probably see an onside kick to try to get the ball back and try to get another quick score after this PAT.
And the extra point is low, but it is good. So 28-7 now the score.
Two-way action. Tipton trailing Eastbrook by the count of 28-7. So it looks like it's not looking too good for the Tipton Blue Devils, our neighbor to the north. And the Royals have gotten on the board. It's 28-6. Looks like 5 minutes left there in that one. Not enough time, more than likely, for the Royals to spark a comeback in this one. Going to be complete and down about the 30-yard line. Jeffrey Simmons with his fourth catch. Check that third catch. Picks up 6. Second down and 4 at their own 30-yard line. I think I would try and work a long ball in here.
You have McGinnis. There's a lot of room towards his right if they do want to do a fade. It could be there.
He's going to roll to his right. Looks to pass to McGinnis. McGinnis catches it. It is a touchdown.
That pass is complete
Touchdown,
to
Garen
McGinnis
Catholic. They're
for
down
the
2,
touchdown.
24-22. 8 minutes to go here in the fourth. They have to go for 2 here to tie this football game. But with 8 minutes left, we'll see if they go for the extra point or if they want to go for 2 now.
I think you can go for it now. How about that? The play is just perfectly executed. Let's check it out one more time. So McGinnis has acres of space. He's got the whole Hamilton County over that far side, and then setting up on the inside was the defender Boyle, and Boyle's very good, but you give McGinnis that much space, that's a pretty easy throw. But this is a huge play. Can Garen tie this up? And then you look at how much time's left. This is playing right into Garen Catholic's favor if they can get a stop from West Lafayette.
They're going to need the 2 points first before they can think about the defensive stop as a late player running onto the field. That's Elijah Edwards.
The interceptor.
And they're going to bring out Nick Dimas. And now before that can happen, a lot of confusion here. Coach Dilly's going to call a timeout.
Timeout, Garen Catholic.
Tackles for a loss. He's only a junior. Luke Palmer goes 5'10", 190. The second level for Homestead can fly around the field. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9 after the no gain ball at the 40. Zavek this time has Butler off to his right. And this is going to be a run all the way. And tackled in the backfield is Zavek, making the stop, number 59 for the Spartans, Bryce Raber. The senior D lineman at 5'10", 210 pounds. We're inside a minute to play, 50 seconds and counting. It'll be Graydon Addison to punt it for Noblesville. Archbold with a nice return of about 37 yards on his last punt return. That was negated by a holding by Homestead. Here with another opportunity, 26 seconds remaining. A beautiful punt by Addison, got all of that one, and Archibald's going to catch it at the 14-yard line.
On the pass play to Reggie Cook. So a huge first down on the pass play. 1st and goal at the 3. Fisher's looking to punch it in. Going to the end zone. Simmons catches the ball. Nope.
Be kicking from the
20. And this game is tied 24 apiece. Great play call there. We talked about it in the break. Do you run off the Bumgarner? Do you pass to McGinnis? And you said depending where he lined up at, depending on what you do. And the pass has been working. And let's look at the replay. Just a simple slant pattern. He got inside.
Yeah, so here, this was the opposite situation what happened last time. And they even had a safety over the top. But what happened then was that Boyle wasn't going to let him go outside. Right, if we can run that back one more time.
Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Simmons with a 3-yard touchdown catch. His sixth on the season, rather. Could be his 7th if they would have let the one go earlier on. Yep. 24 apiece against West Lafayette. I'm glad that's a lot closer game than I in my head thought that would be over there at Guerin Catholic. Love what Tom Dilly is doing with Guerin Catholic's football program. 35-13 our score. Kick is up and good, and
that's just a quick 7 and out, 2-step draw pass, 1-2 pass. Get you good, well, more than 7. That's more like 10, 11 yards, first down. Love the play call there.
Ty Sparrow on the reception for the Avon Orioles. Avon trying to continue the unbeaten streak at 9-0. Brownsburg trying to move to 7-3. Their one of their losses this year came to this Avon ball club. Again, pressure, and they just throw it away.
You know, Avon, I should say, hasn't been number 1 just for a few weeks. They pretty much, after what, week 2, week 3?
20, the 10, and what
Melkai
a turn of
returns
events.
the ball, 90 yards
Melkai
for the
returns
touchdown.
90 yards on a special teams, and now they lead 30-24, only taking off a few seconds of the game clock.
Well, Charles, so the first thing you have to do is have a good kick. And this is not. It was actually pretty deep, but the coverage unit wasn't down there at all. It's kicked really well. Then he makes one man. That's not happening. Kicker's not getting him, and he's gone. And it still gives an opportunity for Guerin to be able to run their normal offense, try to go for the tie, and you hope for a miss here. Maybe Crockover will do what Guerin did earlier and just chip one. But we'll see. And great return by Melkai.
The kick is good
and the kick is good.
West Lafayette, and just
to go here in the third 21-20 football game in favor of Avon. They have the football, and they are backed up now from long range. They are firing on, and it's almost intercepted.
Great defense. Big start in the fourth period. Noblesville 13, Homestead 7.
Homestead, one of the unbeaten teams
there
in the
it
state.
is.
You just never know. Here's a replay of this last one. Almost picked off in there. Number 6 was the guy in the area that time for Brownsburg.
Nobody's talking Noblesville for 9 games. You win this one, everybody's talking to you or about you.
Third down and 25. Passing situation, obviously, and they fire on the run. They've got a receiver upfield and just overthrew him. Pass intended for the flanker, Joe Hall.
What I like about this defense, and really you could say this about both sides, it really forces the officials just to examine the play because they play such great defense. Take a look here. Let's see how much they're just step for step. Now, they broke loose there at the end, but that's just great defense. That would have had to been the perfect pass for a reception.
So Brownsburg will send Preston Terrell, who averages, as I mentioned, just under 4 yards per punt return. He had a good return last time of about 15 yards, and he will come onto the field now, standing just inside his own 25-yard line. Clock at 57-7 to go here in the third quarter. And the punt is away, and it's a good one again. Taken right at the 25-yard line. Fumbled, and then recovered, I believe, by Brownsburg. Wait and see. Avon thinks they've got it.
They do. Wow! You talking about a turn of events. Whoa, just like it happened to Avon early on, Bank. Brownsburg with a huge mistake.
Now Goody rolling out right. Looking downfield, and another pass deflected by number 16, Aiden Richardson. I'm very impressed with this Noblesville defense. Entering today, though, giving up 31 points per game. Noblesville on the season was outscored 30-9, a differential of 21 points. It just goes to show you this Noblesville team plays a tough schedule with Carmel, Westfield, Hamilton Southeastern on their schedule. Goody hit in the backfield. That was great pressure by, is that number 52? Joshua Rogers, a defensive lineman, 5'9", 270, only a sophomore. 3rd and 10 from the 29. Rogers has been causing havoc. Goody looking to his left, Griffin Little, he's going to go to his third progression. Goody still surveying the field, has Griffin Little on a crossing pattern, and that's enough for a first down. Was Goody over the line of scrimmage is what the fans are wondering. The ball was placed at the 29. We'll take another look on the Traction AP replay. Luke Goody started looking on the left of the screen, had Archibald and Little. Then Little helps him out, crossing, and you know what? I believe these fans might have something there. The pitch goes to Burton as he is stuffed, a loss of 1 yard on the play. Yeah, it looked like Goody probably threw that ball from the 28-yard line. The Noblesville fans very attentive there on that play. So 2nd and 13 after the 3-yard loss. Ball at the 17, 9:24 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Goody looking over to the sideline for the call. He's going to check with his O-lineman. Goody looking on the bottom of the screen as Archibald, and once again broken up by the defender. That's once again number 26, Camden Nagel. The cornerback, that was a fantastic play. I'm a little surprised that Noblesville doesn't have a gold stripe down their pants instead of the white stripe. 3rd and 13, 9:04 remaining. Goody on the screen has Burton, and he is stopped. Big time play by number 9 for the Millers, Carson Sanders. The Millers keep coming up with big plays in key situations. It's going to bring up 4th and 16, and the Spartans are going to bring out Gunnar Fry. What a great tackle as we take another look on the Traction AP replay. Burton doing a good job.
Defender slipped, and a touchdown for Nick Demas. And this Garen Catholic team, the defender fell for West Lafayette, Sam Montes. And this game is back to 31-30.
Yeah, Montez falls down, but he beats Karloftis, who didn't have the ability to stick with them. Demas was just too fast in that juncture, and here's an opportunity to tie the game, or maybe, as we were talking, they're going to go for the tie. But look at this. So here's Demas breaking out from the tight end spot. He's now going on the wheel just off this camera. Karloftis thought he had safety help, and he did. Except
snap rolls back to Archibald. Archibald cannot get it down in time for a Fry. Looks downfield. That's Burton. And Burton caught it, but it was just out of bounds. Oh, my. What a great catch by Ryan Burton, and a great play by Jake Archbold just ran out of real estate. Handoff. Once again, a solid run right up the gut by Elijah Butler following his offensive lineman. The Millers, they're looking to milk the clock here inside 8 minutes to play.
Here comes the field goal.
And they're going to try a field goal from the 23, 22 officially. It'll be a 32-yard field goal that is up and good.
Got it.
Zavek once again out of the shotgun. Sanders in motion and hit in the backfield. Making that play was number 11, Nick Martin. Handoff once again going to Elijah Butler. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. Ball placed at about the 27-yard line, 27 and a half. It's like Carroll's up on top of Snyder now, 42-31. They're in the third quarter. We're already in the fourth, and we start a half hour later. Zavak out of the shotgun. Butler offset to his right. Fakes the handoff on the jet sweep. And that ball is going to be picked off. Overthrown, intended for Sanders. And the interception by number 30, Cole Etchison. And the Spartans are in scoring position after that big INT by Etchison. That was a huge INT.
They're a 17-point underdog in this game coming in, I think, if I remember correctly. So they've played phenomenally. The tempo is right to their level. The game plan has gone fantastically for them. But here's what it comes down to. Is one of the most high-scoring offenses in the state, has 5 minutes and 23 seconds to regain the lead and win this game. And you're...
Wow. You know, you really got...
Line. That'll bring up 1st and goal for the Spartans. Big time interception right there so far. That's the play of the game for Homestead. See if they can capitalize here from the 2. Goody handoff, Burton. Right up the gut. Goody signals the touchdown. And we are tied up at 13. Spartans score. 2-yard run, Ryan Burton. So it'll be Gunnar Fry to attempt the PAT to give Homestead the 14-13 lead. Jake Archibald, your holder. This time the snap is perfect. And false start going to be called against Homestead. So that's going to back him up 5 yards. That'll be a PAT attempt of 25 yards for Gunnar Fry. Noblesville heavy right up the middle. They're going to put on the pressure, but Fry, it's up and it's in as Sparty takes the first.
He's headed to Washington State, by the way. If you're wondering, he's the brother of IU recruit Samson James, who rushed for over 1,000 yards at Avon.
Boy, that's a big tackle that time by Patel. Or excuse me, that's not Patel. That's Good. Good.
Third down and 20, all the way back at the 34-yard line. So this drive has gone in the opposite direction. It started at the 34, and that's where it is now with a third down and 20. The Easters, with the clock down to 10 seconds, will take the snap and drop back to throw. He needs 20 or 21 yards. There's the pass upfield, and do we have a flag yet? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
that'll be pass interference.
Avon all over the receiver that time.
Now, here's the thing, though, Jan. That's a 15-yard penalty that will still not give them a first down.
Take a look here at the replay. Avon, one of the few teams who plays man-to-man. No doubt about that call. He didn't think so, but, yep, that's absolutely the right call.
So what's going to happen is it's going to give them a third down and 5 on the pass interference. We have just moved inside 9 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Brownsburg with the football, down by 4 now. Little screen pass on the far side. They've got the first down, and look out.
Look out.
All the way down the far sideline, cutting back inside and being knocked down at the 9-yard line.
You're talking about yards after carry, mate.
From the 49 to the 9 is 58. That's a 42-yard reception.
Oh, my. That's a big-time play. Take a look here. One receiver left, and then he throws it out in the slot. See, 2 great blocks. Gets him, and he's got serious speed. We all knew that. Look at that, 5, 6, 7 extra yards after the catch.
So it's first down and goal from the 9-yard line. Here comes Marcus. He is going to be slammed down at about the 7 or 8-yard line. Off the bottom of the pile, Joseph Sargent, number 24.
Bank with 6 minutes left in the fourth period. Homestead comes back to tie it up, 13. Noblesville 13. How can you not like this time of the year?
Oh, it's terrific, isn't it?
I don't want to go home, babe.
Second down and goal. Ball is at the 7-yard line. They want to throw for it if they can get it, and it's overthrown. It's out of bounds. So it'll be third down. It's funny that reception.
They're going to re-kick here.
4th and 10 at the...
Fishers has had a block before.
Yeah. And they almost blocked that last one. And here they come again on the rush. And if he would have laid out, I think he may have had a shot at that one. But this is going to pin the Tigers deep. And probably around the... Yep, at the 1. Wow.
Oh, what a punt.
Yeah,
.450 remaining here at the 31. Zabek hands it off, breaking it outside. Once again, Butler.
7:53 to play. They're down by 4. Into the end zone they go. And the pass is caught by Luke Lacey.
Beautiful pass. Lacey just flat out goes up and gets this one. Luke Lacey, the junior. Take a look at the replay here, Big. No backs in the backfield. Just throws it up high. And the 6'1 receiver goes up and gets it.
7-yard pass reception. Now the all-in point and point after to make it 27-24. It'll come out of the hold of Ethan Harless. Here's the snap. The kick is up and good.
Set it down.
Over to attempt the field goal.
and this is a crucial kick. Croc over. High snap. Snap is down. The kick is up. It is good.
And the kick is
It was
good.
a wobbler. It got tipped, I believe, at the line of scrimmage, but it just had enough to sneak through the upright.
The hold, the kick by Sullivan, a low kick, but it gets over
Good.
the crossbar, and like that, it's 42-14. Westfield up on Fishers, 3:22 left, and
as a Butler, nope, Zavek's going to keep it himself, and another tackle for a loss. This time it's number 59 for the Spartans, Bryce Raber. It's going to bring up 3rd and 16 after the loss of 1 yard. Zavek, this time on the play action pass. Rolls out to his right. He's going to keep it himself. He found some green. A nice spin move off the tackle. Takes it all the way inside the 10-yard line. Whoa! What a play. Alex Zavek. This has been his drive. Inside 3 minutes to play, it's going to be 1st and goal from the 9-yard line for the Millers. The clock at 2:44 now and counting. Once again, 2 receivers up top, 2 at the bottom. Jaden Barrett in the right slot. Hand off to Butler, and he'll follow his blockers all the way to the 5-yard line. So 2:28 remaining. Timeout going to be called by Homestead. We're going to take one with them.
5, Zionsville 29, Pike 0. So Zionsville will play the winner of this ball game.
You know, and if you're just looking at numbers, 1-loss record, you're going, now that's kind of a walkover. I wouldn't be too sure.
Zionsville played Avon down to the last play of the game.
And that's the kind of a ball club that can give you fits. Avon has the football out to the 30-yard line. Check at the 25-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down, somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 yards to go for the 1st down. Now we're talking about possessions on the other side, Jen. We flipped the coin the other way. You feel like Avon's got to do something with the football.
Absolutely. In this caliber of football game where the defense is.
Elijah Butler once again, this time offset left of Zavek. 2 receivers up top, 2 in the bottom of your screen. Handoff, and right up the gut, that is a touchdown for Elijah Butler. 5-yard score puts Noblesville up 19-14 with 2:17 remaining. Well, Noblesville just lined up and marched right down the field against this Homestead defense. And I believe they're going to keep their offense on the field to go for 2 to try to make this a 7-point game. This time out of the Wildcat formation, that's Barrett, and he is in, I believe, for 2 points. That was Jaden Barrett. Noblesville gets the 2 points, now up 21-14.
Tournament, you know.
You know, sad to see careers like that just finish up, and you know, I'm glad he got over 1,000 yards.
That's great. Fires throws.
Scally, again, 45, down to the 40, and it gets down to about the 30, 34, and the ball's on the field. And looks like 33-yard line. Did Scally fumble? Westfield thinks they have it. There's more green in that pile than white. And Westfield does
got
it. Wow.
3 turnovers.
That would have been a first down by a yard, but Scally fumbles at the 33. 1st and 10 for Westfield now at the 33. Does the little man fall asleep at this time of night? Is he?
Yeah, he usually does. I think he's asleep right now.
So Westfield all but zeros on the clock, like we said. Millers take a 21-14 lead at Noblesville. So it looks they went for 2 and got it. They went for 2. Unless we can blame Perry for a wrong score. We won't do that. He'll
get in trouble at home if he has the Miller score wrong.
And
especially with Kathy.
Speaking of Kathy, absolutely loved her article on Tony Etchison,
and wonderful.
And all of us, at Hamilton County TV, our hearts go out to the Etchison family, and it's just amazing how, everybody pitched in from all over the county. Whatever farmers could went and helped the Etchisons bring in the crop, and it's just like, that's how it should be. No matter if a tragedy like that happens, something where Tony lost his life, the former Noblesville athlete, standout athlete, football and I believe he played basketball and baseball at Noblesville.
Yep.
And he just tragic farm accident and 47 years old. And the same day, a few hours later, his son Gus plays basketball for Heights. Putting out there on Twitter that he's,
off their special teams. And so they want, as well as what you said, they want to make sure that they're set up correctly on this as well. And one of the things you talk about, guys, do not hit the punter.
I noticed you're putting your coat on. You're getting a little chilly, big guy?
The arms are a little more nippy. 37 degrees, 36 degrees. But let me tell you, I'm not complaining in here. I'd be complaining out there.
As chilly as it might be here, it's a lot warmer than it is out there, let me tell you.
And trust me.
Get that separation, and Goody can literally make any throw on the field. Brings up 1st and 10 from the 46, trips up top. Goody flushed out by number 43, and what a great pass breakup by number 62, I believe, for Noblesville. That's Cameron Knight. What a great play there on the pass breakup as Goody had Ryan Burton. Goody out of the shotgun. Here on the screen finds Archibald. And Archibald going to be stuffed. That'll be a gain of about 6 yards. He'll take it to, I think, Noblesville 49-yard line. He'll bring up 3rd down and 5. 1:30 and counting for Sparty. On the quick hook pattern, that's to Kistler. Looks like he's just a little bit short of the markers. He might be right at the 1st down. That's a 1st down for Homestead. Big 1st down conversion for Sparty. Burton once again in the backfield, offset left of Goody. 2 wide receivers up top, 2 on the bottom. It's Griffin Little on the bottom of your screen with Jake Archibald. And the ball never got snapped. False start here by Spartans. All the receivers were all the way down the field. The center for Homestead, Robert McCrory. Not sure if he had a hard time here in the snap, but that's going to back up Homestead 5 yards. It's 1st and 15. Clock is still ticking here. Now 1 minute left to play. Goody looking downfield. Steps up, heaves the ball for Kistler, and that's a pass interference. Flag going to be thrown. A huge play in this game. 48 seconds remaining. And that was pass interference all the way right there. We'll take another look at it on the Traction AP replay, but Homestead certainly not marching down the field.
Did they throw 2 flags, or was it just one?
I just saw the one.
That's what I thought too, but
Let's see what the ref says.
well, now they're going back down.
There we go.
Okay. Wow. That's huge for Homestead.
That's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 34. The 15-yard penalty. 48.4 seconds remaining. Goody rolling back, throws that one off his back foot as he was pressured in the pocket. Right through the hands of, I think that was Williams, number 88. Wow. Josie, that looked like game right there.
I thought it was. Wow, that was close.
Goody flushed out of the pocket, right through the hands. 41.6 seconds remaining. It's 2nd and 10. And we got a timeout going to be called by Noblesville. We'll be right back for the conclusion of this great matchup here on SummitCitySports.com.
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves, and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne.
I felt that they're going to get the ball, down at the 3.
Yeah.
We are back, everybody. So I was just mentioning to Josie, that is a great play here by the Noblesville defender. Knew it was beat on the play. Kistler at 6'3". He says, you know what? If I can't catch this ball, you can't either. Homestead gets 15 yards, but it's not a touchdown. 41 seconds remaining. 2nd and 10 from the 34 for Sparty. Goody out of the shotgun. Offset left is Burton in the backfield. Little and Archibald at the bottom of your screen. Kistler up top. Goody on the screen. Right through the hands of Kistler. That's his 2nd drop on this drive. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 from the 34. This game nearly ended on this play right here when Goody got flushed out of the pocket off his back foot right through the hands of Lucas Williams, the outside backer for Noblesville, number 88. Now on 3rd and 10, 37.3 seconds remaining here in the 4th. Goody steps up in the pocket, finds Kistler on the out pattern. That's good for a 1st down. Kistler came up large on that catch. Here on the Traction AP replay, Goody doing a great job here, stepping up into the pocket, has the space. Kistler right on the sideline, makes the grab. 1st and 10 from the 21. 31.4 seconds remaining. Goody, lots of time to throw. And he's going to throw that one away with 23.2 seconds remaining. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Spartans. Goody to Kistler has been the recipe here on this drive. Goody with Burton. Burton's going to step up to block, and now Goody takes off. He saw some green. He's going to dive down to about the 13. Should be a gain of 7. And 16 seconds left on the clock as Homestead wisely calls a timeout. Homestead 1 timeout remaining. Noblesville with 2. So just 16 seconds on the clock. 3rd and 3 for Sparty. Luke Goody, once again after week number 7, was number 2 in the state in passing yards. And entering today, 23 touchdowns to just 1 interception. Outstanding for Luke Goody. Says he loves playing football, but he's definitely playing basketball at the next level. His dad played at Indiana. His grandpa and he had uncles playing in the NFL. He has cousins who play college football at Northwestern. Goody, once again, 23 touchdowns, 1 interception entering today. Already has 1 touchdown under his belt. Goody on the out pattern and diving forward. That was number 1, Sam Scavo. Scavo, a good-looking receiver for Homestead in this deep receiving core. Scavo is a senior, entering today 243 yards receiving, averaging 15.2 yards per catch. 1st and goal from the 9, 11.7 seconds remaining for Homestead. Goody this time rolling to his left, walled off, lofts it up into the end zone. And that is broken up by number 4 for the Millers, Blaine McNabb. And Homestead, I believe, is going to take their final timeout. So Homestead now 0 timeouts remaining. Noblesville with 2. Nothing like playoff football, huh, Josie?
I'm sweating.
Saw a good game last week as Concordia traveled to Maconaquah. Maconaquah, they bunch all 11 players just right at the line of scrimmage. They run kind of that, I don't even know which one, double wing kind of option offense. They're a running team, but Concordia, they were able to handle them and pulled away in the second half. Concordia taking on Norwell today. I did not get a final of that score.
Maconaquah's in my high school's conference. And,
that's right.
Yeah,
it's right by Peru.
Right by Peru, yeah.
It's actually Bunker Hill, Indiana.
Bunker Hill, Indiana.
Beautiful facilities over there at Maconaquah, and I really like their press box. They have these oversized windows that didn't open for the working crew, and then in the coaches area, the windows open. So I really like what they did there with their setup. 3.3 seconds remaining. 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line for Homestead. Goody looking, has a man. Touchdown, Spartans! Griffin Little makes the grab from 8 yards out. Wow! Homestead is just 1 PAT away from tying this game up at 21. Did you see that, Josie? That was amazing.
That was.
Holy cow.
He was wide open. Looked like it.
Check it out on the Traction AP replay. Griffin Little, you see him on the bottom of your screen, cuts it back outside, and he sure was. Here comes the ever important point after attempt, and Noblesville and Coach Justin Roden going to take a timeout. They're looking to ice Gunner Fry here. Noblesville now with one timeout. There's 0 time left on the clock. Can you imagine? What a game we have here. Homestead entering 9-0, undefeated. The Summit Athletic Conference regular season champions. Noblesville comes in with a 1-8 record. Their only win of the season was on September the 27th at Franklin Central, 20-13. Their last game was at Avon, and they lost 37-13. Avon won the Hoosier Crossroads Conference with a perfect 9-0 record. Fishers came in second with a 7-2 record. Big PAT coming up. We'll see if Noblesville can put together a good block attempt. Fry already a perfect 2 of 2 PATs on the night. Archibald puts down the hold. It's up and it's in. We're heading to overtime after the Gunner Fry PAT.
Wow.
Wow is right.
How does the overtime rules work in high school football?
Each team's going to get a possession. I believe it's 1st and 10 from the 25.
Okay.
So, folks, we'll take a break. You're watching Indiana High School football here on SummitCitySports.com in this thriller in Noblesville, Indiana.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599. Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the Always 100 basketball camps. The Holiday Hoops Developmental Camp is for ages pre-K through 8th grade. You'll work on shooting, dribbling, passing, and defense December 24th through January the 2nd on Tuesday and Thursdays. And the Always 100 Pro Camp 2020 takes you to the next level. It's the real college experience for grades 1 through 12. It's June 8th through June 11th at Trine University.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve.
Noblesville player being helped off the field. That's Blaine McNabb. He's had a great game. Looks like he might have rolled an ankle. We wish him all the best. He's had one heck of a performance here as Noblesville is going to take the number 2 ranked team in 6A into overtime, 21-21. Homestead, first touchdown was to Jake Archibald, an 18-yard touchdown pass. The last one here. Check out Goody, down by 7 points. He's been flushed out of the pocket. This time sticks right in the pocket, finds Little, gets it right over the defender's hand. That's with 0 seconds remaining in this game. Just outstanding. So we're getting ready for the coin toss here to see who will get the first possession. Pretty much all the games in the SAC are completed now. Dwenger wins 35-22 to advance to the sectional final. That was against Northside. Northrop was on top of Goshen 24-0 in the fourth quarter. So it looks like it's going to be Dwenger and Northrop sectional final. Goshen actually did score, so it was 24-7 with 1 minute remaining. Eastside was up 13-6 on, Eastside beats Lures 13-6, so that'll end Bishop Lures' season. And Concordia goes up 17-14 with 2:34 remaining. I believe they ended up winning 17-14. See if I can get an update on that one. I'm going to see if we have a final here. Carroll and Snyder. I believe Carroll's going to win that game, or did win that game. The final, Carroll 42-31. So whoever wins this game will take on the Carroll Chargers and their sophomore quarterback, Jeff Becker. Becker's truly been a bright spot here in the SAC this year. Out there is Zavek, along with number 25, Cody Leach, who's had a great game, 2 fumble recoveries, along with 62, Cameron Knight, also has had a great game from both offensive line and his defensive line position. For Homestead, you got Griffin Little out there, along with number 11, Nick Martin, Jake Archibald, and Cam Rogers. Looks like Homestead won the flip. They're going to have to figure out which direction they want to travel. Not much wind here at Beaver Material Stadium. If anything, it's blowing from right to left on your screen, but the flags on top of the field goal post aren't dancing a whole lot. So Homestead will get to choose if they want to have the first possession or the second. So yeah, they will defer, which is smart. And we will be heading towards the north end zone. So what little wind there is will be at the back of the offense. So here we have it. The last two offensive possessions for each team have resulted in touchdowns in this game. For Noblesville, it was a 5-yard touchdown run by Elijah Butler. For Homestead, it was an 8-yard touchdown pass, Luke Goody to Griffin Little. So it's actually going to be, excuse me, Josie, not from the 25. That's colleges from the 25, I believe. So it'll be first and goal from the 10 for Noblesville. Zavek out of the shotgun. Elijah Butler is your running back. Expect them to run it with Butler. Moves up the middle and fumble, but they're going to call that after the play was dead. Looks like a 5-yard gain there for Elijah Butler. Elijah Butler, you want to say he's the offensive player of the game for Noblesville, but just as good has been Alex Zavek, the quarterback. It's going to bring up 2nd 8 after the 2-yard gain. Luke Palmer, Nick Martin, Cam Rogers, your linebackers for Homestead. Once again, the handoff to Elijah Butler. This time it looks like he got it to the 6-yard line, a gain of 2. And on the stop there for Homestead, big number 48, Isaac Parrish, a junior, 6'1", 205, D lineman. Brings up 3rd and 5. Noblesville, 2 plays each have gone to Elijah Butler. Zavek, offset left is Butler. 2 wide receivers up top, 2 on the bottom. Zavek looking for the out pattern. Is that ball caught? I believe it is at the 2-yard line. Making the grab was number 9, Carson Sanders. Zavek has not thrown the ball too much in this game, but that was a big completion there on 4th and 2. Noblesville, they can go for the field goal, and they will, as they're going to march out onto the field. Graydon Addison. Addison, who's been fantastic, but you know what? He's already had 1 field goal blocked and 1 PAT blocked in this game. Both of those happened in the first quarter. We'll see if Homestead can get the pressure once again. And that's a botched snap. Addison picks it up, and he's brought down by Cam Rogers. Huge for Homestead. All they need is a field goal, and this game's won. Kind of surprised Noblesville went for the field goal, seeing how they've already had 1 field goal blocked and a PAT blocked. That time it was a bad snap. We've seen Homestead do the same thing. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 10 for Sparty. It's Ryan Burton in the backfield, and the handoff goes to the big running back as he'll take that ball all the way down to the 6-yard line. Burton gets better and better with every carry for the Spartans. The Noblesville defensive front 7 has been phenomenal in this game, but you can see the Homestead run game starting to wear him down. Brings up 2nd and 7 from the 7. Another handoff goes to Burton, and that'll be a gain of 1 yard to the 6. So the D-line is holding strong for Noblesville. So that'll be a timeout taken by Homestead. Take a look at the botched snap. Snap just got away from the holder. It's like it was wide left. You don't see that very often. Homestead had a field goal attempt, and the ball actually was snapped back to Archbold. It was a dribbler. Took about 3 bounces. Archbold tried to get it down. Couldn't do it in time. Picked it up himself. Threw it to Burton, who caught the ball, but was about 1 inch out of bounds in the end zone. It was a great play, just unfortunate that Burton's foot wasn't in. 3rd and 6. 3rd and goal from the 6, excuse me. Now Noblesville takes their timeout.
Does each team get 1 timeout for overtime?
Yeah, no timeouts remaining for either squad.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that'll reset. If Noblesville was to hold Homestead, then each team would once again get an opportunity to score, but it would be Homestead getting the first opportunity, then Noblesville getting to answer. And I believe Homestead's going to bring out their kicker here on 3rd and goal, Gunnar Fry. Fry has hit 4 of 6 field goal attempts this year with a long of 38. This would be a field goal of 23 yards for Gunnar Fry. At Homestead, they play on the artificial surface just like at Noblesville. And I think this is a good call for Coach Zalman. Fry's a consistent kicker. He's been kicking for Sparty since his sophomore year. Here, he has the opportunity to play the hero. Noblesville's defensive line has been getting pressure all game long. We'll see if Homestead can get the clean snap. It's Archibald with the hold. 23-yard attempt, Gunnar Fry, the senior kicker. It's up, and it's good. Homestead will win it 24-21 over Noblesville, and Sparty will advance to the sectional championship game to take on their rival, Carroll Chargers.